Kia ora! Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kiwi RPG Week for another year. So excited to be back again doing some more awesome Monster of the Week mischief. If you haven't tuned in before, hi, I'm Ruby. I tend to do these streams with this thing because I love Monster of the Week so much. It's an awesome Kiwi RPG that if you haven't seen it before, this is a great time to check it out as well. I will be joined with many of my wonderful RPG friends who we will have a chance to meet their characters in a sec. But before we do that, I might just give a moment to spotlight themselves and the cool RPG stuff they get up to or have been doing in the space. So if I jump around our little video call here a little bit, I will pass over to Samsara if you want to let folks know a little bit about yourself.
Hey, it's me, Sammy D, and I'm a variety streamer. I play largely story-based games, puzzle-based games, or very hard games. I'm also a sustainable fashion student, so I often stream doing my homework and making cute clothing because that's what I want to be doing on stream most of the time. For RPGs, I've been lying a little bit dormant lately and just getting that itch to be on the table again. And so this is the first time I've played in a little bit, and it's probably not going to be the last time. I'm definitely playing again on, I think, Thursday, for another game here. But yeah, it's me
Fantastic.
for now. Yeah.
Absolutely, that's awesome. And we shall move around the video call that I've got on my order as well. Jules, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey everybody, kia ora. I'm Julz. I she her, and yeah, I do a lot of RPG. I'm the DM for a actual play podcast called Fate of Eisen, and I'm a player in a actual play called Grow Up Run Away. You can check out both of those. Both of those are New Zealand based, and we're excited to be representing them. I also DM for a cool company called Questbook, so you can hire me as a professional DM, but I don't do Monster of the Week. So I'm really excited to be playing Monster of the Week with the best Monster of the Week DM, I think, Ruby. So I'm super
Oh,
to be here. So yay. Yay.
big shoes to potentially be able to fill with that. Thank you, Jules. And last but certainly not least, Emma, would you also like to introduce yourself?
Hey, my name is Emma. I'm from the US originally, but I've been living in New Zealand for the last 3 years, and intend to continue. Last time I played Monster of the Week, I think I was in space, and I was playing a half Martian, half Canadian. But that was a while ago. It's been a little bit since I've gotten to do some tabletop gaming.
Awesome.
Am I the
You
only newbie for Monster of the Week here?
No, I think Jules is also this is the first time giving it a
Is this
go.
your first game as well, James?
Yeah.
Ah.
This is some brand new players to the game as well. So if you also haven't checked it out before in chat, we will be throwing in a bunch of stuff so that it's not too obtuse as the rules come through. But generally, if you know Monster of the Week style TV shows, things like Buffy and Supernatural and X-Files and that style of thing, you're going to get the flow of this kind of story pretty quickly. As hinted at by other members of the group. We're here part of KiwiRPG Week, which is an event going on all the way through this week. There are a bunch of awesome streams right here on this channel on Keme Whakato o Aotearoa. If you want to check out the whole schedule, there are some more details on the Twitch channel and also at kiwirpg.com to go and see a bunch of different streams, including some that many of us are in again later this week because we just can't get enough of awesome Kiwi RPG stuff.
Sure.
But I think that is most of the things we've got stream wise. You should also be aware we've got a couple of Kiwi RPG game bundles out there at the moment, which you can also find details for on our website. Things created by various different New Zealand game designers, various different cool new supplements or new games altogether that you can go and check out as well. Get a great deal on them during Kiwi RPG Week. And if you stick around until the end of the stream, we also have a bit of a sneaky giveaway that we might be doing that I maybe won't mention for the rest of the stream. So if you're here first, you're going to know. Go and stick around and get the cool, fun stuff. But I think, oh yes, there's some details for checking out Kiwi RPG coming through in the chat as well. But I believe with all those bits and pieces of various informations out amongst the stream, I think that's where all of our intro stuff ends and where we can actually get into the game. How we feeling, team? Are we ready to go on a mystery?
So ready.
Sounds great to me.
Awesome. Then, without further ado, it's KiwiRPG week here at Pack and Save, home of New Zealand's lowest food prices. And not just that. For our mystery this afternoon takes place in Aotearoa's first ever 24/7 Pack and Save store. Do not fact check me on that. For those unfamiliar, Pack and Save is a supermarket chain known most for savings and its interesting marketing choices. And the store we are exploring this afternoon holds even more noteworthy inventory, occult items, arcane implements, and reagents that are largely considered to be novelty by higher management. But for the people who work the witching hours, they know all manner of monstrous and mysterious phenomena takes advantage of a deal if one's going. So, without any further preamble, let's enter those gleaming yellow and black eaves and meet the members of our night shift right now. Picture, if you will, the camera of our moment moving through the automatic glass doors heading into the large warehouse-like interior of the Pack and Save store. There are a number of like various different goods on wooden pallets and things all around the place, at reasonable prices for most individuals, although this economy these days, who could, it's a little bit iffy. And as our camera shifts through the store and finds one of the members of our night shift, I'm going to go around in a slightly different order, and I will say, Emma, could you let us know where your character is, who they are, and what they are getting up to on the night shift?
Sure. Iris is a probably about 17-year-old, fairly skinny in that way that teenagers often are. She's wearing a Pack and Save uniform that looks like she has been wearing it for a little while. And I think that we see her legitimately climbing down one of the very large shelving units from the ceiling, with a couple of sparrows that are just flitting around near her, and she throws down a little bit of bird seed and gives them a little bit of, here you go,
Incredible. Breakfast. It's probably like maybe like 11 p.m. at night, but midnight snack,
just woke
more
up.
or less. She just woke up, so that's totally fine. Wonderful. As you are like climbing your way down the shelves in this very expansive supermarket, this place has more along the lines of like the equivalent to more like a Target or like a Walmart, like it is or a Kmart, if you might know that slightly better. It is Pack and Save branded, but it extends to all different areas and various items that you might possibly need along here. There's a whole gardening section in one part. There's like a room that there's like spaces for various different bedroom furniture, all this kind of thing that expands out beyond the typical standard supermarket goods. And as you are making your way down from the top of the shelves, can I get you to roll to read a bad situation for me?
Sure. Oh, I have a
Roll
bad feeling.
your 2d6 and add your sharp.
Let me just find my character sheet.
That will be important, yes.
And then it disappears. Sorry.
Oh no.
Oh my god, that's annoying.
I have it here if you need a number to add to your dice.
Yes, just do that for me.
You get a +1 for your sharp.
Okay. Couldn't remember if that was sharp or cool. Well, that's really good. That was a 9. So +1. That's a 10.
Incredible. As you are making your way down from the shelves, this is kind of not necessarily something that you are actively looking for, again, if you've just woken up at this time of night. But it's kind of like getting used to your surroundings, kind of checking the area around you. You also want to make sure you're not, climbing down on top of any late night customers that might be arriving. You hear you realize as you get to the ground level that you're in kind of like the birthdays supply section. There's loads of paper plates and candles and streamers and things lining the shelves. And as you get to the like floor level in this particular aisle, you hear this strange kind of like crackling sound that sounds like it's coming from the speakers, not in this aisle, but from like a couple of aisles over, more towards near like the information desk. What do you want to do?
I'll definitely go over there and figure out what's going on.
Wonderful. You start heading over. A number of these sparrows also kind of picking up little breadcrumbs and sort of following in tow after you in the beginning of your late shift. As you start winding your way through the aisles, we are going to shift over slightly as you are going to investigate the strange noise to another member of our group. Sammy D, would you like to introduce your character as well and where they might be in the store as the night shift begins?
Yeah, so at the moment, I am hanging out in the snack aisle. The colors around me seem a bit washed out. My uniform, the colors just they have this very almost noir look. The color's there, but it just seems to fade away under the oppressive presence of the I wish I was just wearing black and this yellow does not go well with my
The pure
eyes.
goth aura.
Yeah, there is. It's just there's this goth aura floating around me as I stare unblinkingly at the shelves, thinking they might fill themselves up. Short black hair, sunken, tired-looking eyes, pale skin because I work too much at night and sleep during the day and never see the sun. And just generally just sort of the ideal model of a disgruntled employee that's been working for too long and for too many hours, somewhere indeterminate, late 20s, early 30s, really just started working here as a teenager and or started working with Pack and Save as a teenager and never stopped. Never tried to climb the chain, never wanted to be anything more than night shift and shelf stocking because everything else seemed like it had way too much responsibility.
Yeah, I completely understand. Absolutely. You as you are like staring at this at the shelves, kind of wishing that if you stay here long enough, maybe the carton of toilet paper in the trolley next to you will just levitate and put itself there. And to be fair, it's entirely possible that that might be something you'd be able to do, but in this moment, the kind of apathy about your surroundings is stopping any immediate progress of the tasks that you have to complete for the evening. And as you were standing there kind of staring at this section of the shelves, I'm going to ask you to roll for one of your hunches, please. Hunches is a move specific to the spooky playbook, which means that when something bad is happening in a place that you're not, you have a chance to notice it before it's too late. So go ahead and roll plus sharp.
That is 5 plus the 1 makes it 6, which falls outside of the range. Ooh.
That is indeed a miss. Now, on a miss, typically you might get there, but you would, rather than getting there in time to stop a bad thing is happening, you might get there just in time to be in a bit of trouble yourself. I will also point out that you do have luck. However, and this is a thing, this is an update for players as well as people in the stream, because we are in stream mode this time and to make sure that we still have enough, tension and that things feel important when they are getting used. For the purposes of the stream, you only have 4 luck points available to you rather than the usual 7. But your luck points can be used at any point during the adventure if you would like to either negate any incoming harm from an attack that might be coming after you, or to get an automatic 12 on a roll that you are rolling, and you can change potentially a failure into a potential success. So currently you are indeed on a miss, but I will remind you that that is something available to you if you want to use it.
It's like a quarter of the way into my second shift, how much trouble can I possibly get in this late at night? I will
Wonderful.
let it ride. Yeah.
Excellent. Then mark experience as well. Likewise for the stream, because we are playing a slightly shorter game today and we haven't had as much time to do warm-up things, you only need 3 experience as part of the game in order to get an improvement. So keep an eye on that. You might be able to get some more moves under your belt a little bit faster than usual. Wonderful. What does it feel like, do you think, when Hexy gets these kinds of hunches, these like instincts about something bad about to happen?
Like with that sort of that unblinking stare, there's just an ever so faint ripple of like a black oily fluid goes across my eyes, and I just get like sort of shivers up my spine, and just usually I would have an innate sense that the manager's about to walk around the corner. Um, or maybe enough time to not be in this aisle or start working again. This time there's like it happens, and I'm just so focused off into the distance that it, I don't it's I don't even want to be working the second shift tonight.
Just too tired to even
Yeah.
bother with arcane matters.
Yeah.
Absolutely. As you are like staring kind of dead-eyed at the shelves in front of you, there is this like slight indication in like the back of your head that you need to go and check on something like back in the actual warehouse, like in the storage section of the pack and save. But oh my god, that's just such a long walk away, and you haven't even done the thing that you've got the stuff here for, and the thought that occurs to you kind of drifts away as soon as it crossed your mind. In the background, as you continue staring slightly apathetically at the shelves, there is a movement of like tweeting birds and the kind of waltzing behind you in the background as Iris kind of disappears past you and heads towards the information desk over in one corner. But for the moment, you remain sort of unfazed by your other surroundings.
You just hear, "Hey, Iris," and I don't even break eye contact with the pack of tissues that I'm looking at.
Hey, Hexy, there's a weird noise happening over here.
I'll be there soon. I just really got to watch this box of tissues a little bit longer. I'm sure it's about to do something.
Good luck.
And I'll follow over at an indeterminate amount of time to
cool.
allow me to get into trouble.
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
possibly be in more danger. Yeah. I'm sort of like keeping an eye on it as I start slowly sidling away.
Just going down the aisle as long as you can keep eye contact on that one box. Absolutely. You kind of shift, and because you were kind of looking mostly forward, you sort of hear the rough direction that you think Iris heads in, because there's a variety of tweeting sparrows kind of following in their wake. But as you are moving and trying to keep your eye kind of locked on that same middle distance point of view, you end up, rather than going towards the information desk, you end up hitting the like double doors that kind of head out the back of the building. And as a Hexy kind of disappears beyond the swinging double doors, Iris, you arrive at the information desk to find the weird sound that you'd been hearing. In a place like this, they have the sort of speaker system that plays the general music, the greatest top 40 hits of 70s, 80s, 90s, and today that are required by most of the upper management for you to keep on loop throughout the day. And when you get over to the kind of information desk, the place where people might return items or kind of query some issues they might have, you can hear that the set of speakers directly above the information desk is like, sounds like it's almost broken. Like it is just pure kind of white static noise crackle. And you also see, as you get like to the information desk, you can see a couple of monitors. This is not the actual like security office or anything like that, but they do have some monitoring cameras, like some monitors that connect to some of the CCTV around here. And you can also see that one of the cameras that is in the back warehouse seems to have like completely whited out. It's just gone completely static. And as you notice that, our audience camera heads towards that white static and passes through the screen to the other side, in which we see the back storage area of this monumental pack and save, shelves upon shelves even further out the back. Honestly doesn't look that different to the main pack and save, but you know. And moving various different larger cargo items out in this section, we also see a expertly piloted forklift going about the necessary requirements of moving various items in the back of the warehouse so that, you know, first in, first out, churning through all the product that you've got to power through at this particular supermarket. Julz, would you like to introduce your character as well and what they're getting up to?
So this is where you find Stacy. She is madly chewing gum, barely even like looking in the reversing, you know, mirror, as she just like she's got this on lock now. You know, she's got like the little like knob on the steering wheel, and she can just pilot this thing with like one hand, and she's just like tapping and banging on the forklift. She's got like mad music kind of playing around her, like full rock and roll, just like rocking out, chewing gum. Just like shove those tongues under, like pull it up, like you know, rip reverse. Like she's barely looking at anything, but she still clocks as Hexy kind of bangs open the doors and just kind of like sees that and just doesn't sort of stop going. Kind of keeps working as she's like piloting this bits and pieces around. And as you look at Stacy, you realize she's not wearing the uniform. She's realized nobody comes out the back. She's just wearing like all black kind of gear, like beanied up, like prepared for the cold back here because there's no heaters back in the warehouse or anything.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, so she's like full black, beanied up, like just piloting this thing around. And she swings around almost way too close to Hexy and is kind of like, stop.
Oh, hey. Not much. I'm suspicious of the tissues.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been looking at me sideways, I'm sure.
So you haven't unpacked it yet, huh?
No.
So you don't need the next load yet, huh?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some others around. They'll probably take care of it.
Yeah, likely.
Like, what are they going to do? Been here longer than any of the managers.
Do we have walkie-talkies?
Yeah, you absolutely would have like a bit of a comms headset, especially for the night shift people, because it's a much sparser staff list on the night shift because there's less customers coming in and out. So it is much more the like logistical team of people that need to keep in touch over such a vast and expansive supermarket.
Yeah, a random question and not for any forethought later. Does it patch into the PAs? Like, can we send a shopwide thing from our
the PA is specifically like from the information desk or from like the upper offices rather than from the walkies.
I think I'll walkie to the other walkies. I guess it's probably a full system.
I have to turn down the music as I hear click click, and I'm like, ugh. Turn it down.
Which button? What is it? Got it. Hey guys, something's going on with one of the cameras in the warehouse. And also there's still a weird noise happening over by the information desk.
You hear click click.
Over?
Yeah, you hear click click, and then just Iris, I'm in the warehouse. What's with the warehouse?
Hexy, from your point of view, as you are talking with Stacy, who has not been really checking in the rear view as established, looking back over Stacy's shoulder, you can see the section of goods that have been moved back and forward. There's a lot of like the tissues and toilet paper supply that you're the stuff that gets churned through the most. And you can also see a section of like the instant coffee that is getting in the process of getting put ready to be put back out on the shelves. And down a small sliver between a couple of the crates that have already been moved around, you see a face that you're pretty sure isn't alive. You can see the edge of what looks to be a fairly like sallow, like sunken in looking face, kind of sticking out from between a couple of crates that it doesn't seem like Stacy has clocked.
Stacy, is that creep Jeff working tonight?
I don't think so. I haven't seen him creeping around my tongs since I last chased him across the warehouse with them. But why?
Just, I mean, it could be just seeing things, but I think there's someone down, but just between those pallets out the back, between the instant coffee and the toilet paper.
Well, I haven't moved those ones yet because you said you didn't need them yet. But
Yeah.
jump on. She kind of gestures to like the step, and you're
We
used to
maintain
her
3 points of
taking-
contact as I climb on.
Yeah, like this is against company protocol, but Stacy does not care.
Yeah.
And she kind of motors closer to have a look at where you're kind of pointing out.
Click, click. I mean, I could see if it's maybe the monitor got unplugged. And you hear the sounds of her like starting to climb over the information desk. There probably is like a way to get back there that doesn't require that, but
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. Wonderful. You start clambering around to see if anything on the monitor looks like it's been messed with. Hixie and Stacy, as you head over, easy enough to navigate to that part of the warehouse. You can indeed see sort of peering out, as not fully like I'm peeking around a corner, but you can see the sliver of a head that is still kind of visible through the gap in the crates. You are welcome to investigate a mystery if you would like to see what you can work out by either clambering through here or just what you can see on first impressions.
Sure. I got telepathy. That might help.
That's also true.
Click, click. Hey, Iris, is there anyone else working tonight? Over. Click, click. And
Iris,
I'll
as
roll
that
to
question gets asked, when you're like clambering over the information desk, you do see one of the other people that is like working on the floor this evening, at least, is your associate called Levi. Levi is a 22-year-old guy with long kind of blonde ponytail and big like Coke bottle glasses, so his eyes are massive. And Levi technically works the checkout, but also Levi is extremely consumed with a video game called Trail and Trial that is like some kind of, I think you, Iris, probably don't recognize it specifically or what the heck he's talking about. But you do realize that like anytime that you're talking to Levi, Levi also seems to kind of exclusively refer to Levi in third person. Seems much more heavily invested in the game world that he is frequently playing on his mobile phone rather than necessarily his real world self. So as you were like clambering over the information desk, you do see Levi kind of just like wander past you, doesn't try and stop you for whatever mechanisms you're trying to mess with, but has kind of vacated the checkout area and is just kind of going on a bit of a circuit while he's waiting for a customer to show up. Head fully down in on a smartphone screen.
Well, Levi is here, but Levi is only as here as Levi is ever here.
It's a vibe, yeah. How do we check this investigation?
So, if you would like to investigate a mystery, that is a move you can make. It will be plus sharp to roll to investigate a mystery. I would say one of you can roll to investigate a mystery, and also there is a move called help out. So, if your roll is not quite good enough, then the other person with you can assist and describe how they do so, and it will add a buff to whatever you roll.
Cool.
I think I would like to.
Yeah, if you want to investigate Hexie, I can help.
Okay, we can do it wordlessly as well. So
This is true.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Go ahead,
Uh,
roll plus sharp.
So that's a 7 plus 1 plus the help action.
7 plus 1, so that's an 8. So a help in this circumstance wouldn't specifically increase you super far unless both of your teammates would like to help out. So Stacey, you could roll to help out, and also Iris, you could see if you're spotting anything like over the cameras as well,
Yeah,
or what
I
you
was
can work out
thinking
from the information desk.
I'd like
Ooh.
to ask the birds to go and
Oh
do a
yeah, for
search out.
sure, absolutely. So both of you go ahead and roll plus cool to help out.
I have a -1 to cool.
Great.
I got a it's 2d6, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got a 12.
Hell yeah!
Excellent.
I have a +1 and I got a 5 and a 6. So
That'll balance out the fact that I got a 6, -1.
Okay, incredible. Amazing, absolutely. You honestly, I think you realize as you are trying to like clamber over the information desk, Iris, that the camera that is seemingly out of order on this display is unfortunately the one that would be pointed at where you think Stacy and Hexy are, and it doesn't seem like there's an issue with the monitor at the information desk. It seems like there's more likely an issue with the camera in the warehouse that is causing this kind of weird static effect. But you could definitely send the birds, send the various fey sparrows off to go and assist with whatever might be going on in the warehouse. Absolutely. With a complete success on your help out as well, Stacey, that will give a +1, which is, I believe, not quite enough to knock it over into a full success. But let me just double check if you have cool extra things. Yeah, so complete success will grant a +1, and it also means that you yourself won't be subject to any danger that might be coming in from whatever you might discover about this particular mystery.
thanks.
So, with your current role, Hexy, you, I believe, have a mixed success, which means you have a hold of 1 for investigating a mystery. A hold is something that you can spend to ask any number of the questions on the investigator mystery list, which include what happened here, what sort of creature is it, what can it do, what can hurt it, where did it go, what was it going to do, and what is being concealed here. You can ask one of those from your current investigation of what you can see.
So there's a what it's going to do one, was it?
Yeah, what can it do is one option.
Okay. Yeah, let's find out what it can do.
Absolutely. Cool. You head over towards these boxes. Do you think you are like, how does Hexy tend to kind of investigate these things? Is it a hands-on investigation, or is it just trying to survey the area from a distance?
It's a little more standoffish and survey. I tend to
Nice.
just like stare at it like it's the void and let whatever's in me tell me what's going on.
Yep, absolutely. You take a couple steps closer and kind of stare into the darkness between the two crates where you can see part of this face poking out. And upon staring for long enough, you realize that this thing that you're looking at can't do much because it is indeed a dead body. Looks to be kind of hard to tell an age on this individual, but there is something about them that is very faintly familiar. Again, sort of hard to tell because you're only seeing like their face through a gap in the crates. But you can see that their body, as I mentioned, is very like sunken in, not fully like not like mummified necessarily, but you can see that something certainly rings to you as like there's been some occult issue that has gone on with this body. Either that or it's been here a very long time, but that would be strange because you would have expected Stacey to have come across it by now.
Yeah. Check the
What would you all like to
expiration
do?
dates on the pallet next to it.
Yeah.
We don't stock dead bodies, do we?
It's still a little while away from Halloween stocking, so no.
Wow. We've got leftover stock from last year then. Or like There's a body back there.
What? Not affecting my
Yeah.
crates.
Well, I mean, it looks kind of dried out, so I don't think it's got any rot or anything on it.
Ugh,
But I can only see like a
get
bit
out
of
of
it.
there. I'm gonna drag this pellet out. Let's get a closer look.
Fine. Yeah, let's do that.
So
I'll move out of the way of the fork truck.
yeah,
Great.
I move the pellet kind of out of the way. Like I don't move it heaps. I just want to get a, like a tong in there and drag it a little bit so that I don't disrupt too much, but that I can get a better view of what's happening here.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem at all. Especially with your expertise as a driver, you can easily you're like the level of forklift driver that you could do crate juggling with this forklift, and moving it out of the way enough to not mess with this thing is absolutely fine. You shift some of these crates around so that you see the body itself does like shift and kind of fall to the ground. But it doesn't seem like, aside from that, you're able to do that kind of slow enough that it doesn't seem like it is causing any severe damage to it. However, as this crate is moved out of the way and you get a better view of what was behind it, you can see that the body itself has sustained a significant amount of injury in some ways. That same kind of drawn in, like, hollow effect seems to be over the entire body of this individual. You can see that they are wearing what looks to be like a cleaner's uniform, like a commercial cleaning company uniform. And you can also see that their left arm and their right leg are both missing. And you don't think that this is a thing that has like fallen off because you've moved stuff around. You see no sign of them on the ground anywhere nearby.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's horrific.
Second weirdest thing I've seen this shift, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Iris.
Click Iris.
Iris, we've got a dead body cleanup in the warehouse.
Yeah.
You hear the feedback a little bit of the talking. It's because she's definitely started walking back there, and I think hopefully is nearly there at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. You can certainly come through the double doors and arrive at the same point.
We all go, ew.
Ew.
Yeah.
Is there like a broom or something nearby?
Probably, yeah.
I refuse to do the paperwork on this one. I don't see that I should have to do an incident report on finding a dead body just because I moved the forklift.
There's a dead body?
Yeah, somebody else clearly did it, and somebody else should be doing the paperwork. That's all I'm saying.
Look, I'll do the paperwork. It'll get me out of loading shelves for an hour or 3. But first of all, I want to just nudge it with the broom.
Yeah.
It's kind of missing things, Iris. It's missing like a whole leg and a whole arm and not the same side. So this doesn't look like it was just kind of like trapped in a grate or ripped off by a accidental rolling door incident.
Do you think that maybe he had something that cost him an arm and a leg?
I mean, it's entirely possible, but usually it just costs the arm and the leg and leaves you alive. This one also left him dead.
Yeah.
So
I guess it could have cost him an arm and a leg and his soul.
Yeah, it's a shame they weren't on the same side, because then he could have been all right.
When's the last time the loos were even cleaned? Is there a checklist for that? Because
it's not my responsibility.
No idea.
It was clear on
hides
that.
The checklist that was definitely my responsibility.
I'm gonna go over and start looting the corpse, checking for ID, and
absolutely. For sure. And I will also say, in Monster of the Week, there's a lot of stuff that you don't necessarily have to roll for to just reasonably do. So by all means, like just then with moving the crates around, if you have the experience to do it, I'm probably not going to make you roll unless it's going to matter.
Yeah, I've definitely looted a corpse before.
Checking people's pockets is a thing that you could just do, and there will or there won't be stuff. This time around, as you go and look through the pockets of this individual, you can see that they are we're roughly 5.5 foot in height. And
yeah.
as you go looking through their pockets, you actually see kind of clipped to the belt of their uniform, you see an ID card for, do I have the person's name down? I should have. You see an ID for an individual called Kate Milligan. This person you have when you find this ID and like see the actual photo in it, looks to be like a woman in her like mid 50s, and is somebody that you do recognize. Kate was actually a like fairly regular customer here at the Pack and Save, not specifically the late shift, but well, didn't always come in on the late shift, but you knew her as an individual that did work in a lot of like commercial cleaning for things like hotels and establishments like that. And so would sometimes stop by to get like late night supplies or to get dinner after a particularly like a shift that goes into the early morning of cleaning things up. So you have seen this person around before, certainly not in this state. And I will say upon recognizing this individual, you don't think you've seen them here for maybe a couple of days.
Yeah, she usually comes in. She like buys ginger kisses and Dr. Pepper, but she hasn't been in for a few days.
Kind of makes sense. She's hanging
Levi,
out.
your base is under attack.
Incredible. There is a certain like definitely still a bit of a hesitant, like a pause before you also hear the like crackle on the walkie. Like, sorry, what'd you say?
Just nothing. You must have been hearing things. Go back to work. There's a trolley of tissues over by the snack aisle. Can you deal with that, please?
Yeah, Levi's got it.
Right.
Might get done.
Absolutely.
I think I want to use my fairy gossip move.
Ooh.
You can communicate with local spirits and mystical creatures.
Yeah.
When you investigate a mystery by questioning these beings, you may roll plus weird instead of plus sharp, and may ask the following questions as well as the usual ones. And then there's questions. Can I ask my sparrow friends if they've seen anything about how, what was her name?
Kate.
Kate ended up here?
Absolutely, you can. Absolutely. As we all know, many various sparrows that like to live inside of huge supermarkets like these, some of which find their way there naturally, some of them have a slightly more magical aura to them and are there on purpose, making their own kind of mischief and fey happenings occur. Certainly, by the time you've made it to the warehouse, all of the shelves kind of around this area just have lines of little fey sparrows kind of just watching. There's a couple of them that have like slightly more sentience that are like hiding their hands on like their heads under a wing or two.
I like to imagine there's one Carrero that's just like picking out a plant.
One wood pigeon. Yeah, absolutely. But you could certainly go up to them and ask. Feel free to roll is still investigate a mystery, but plus weird rather than plus
weird. Hello, pretty birds.
Is this a thing we can help with?
Potentially, yeah, absolutely. What'd you get?
I think I'm going to use a point of luck because that was a 3.
Oh, yeah, that would not have been help-outable. Sadly, your helping out would only get a +2 to it.
Yeah, I do add a +2 to it, so it is a 5. So if we got a +2 from everybody, that would be
a 7.
Yeah, that'd be a 7. So we would just pass. But I'm not going to count on that. We're just going to use a point of luck.
Awesome. Mark off your point of luck. Wonderful. Love that. Sorry, just looking up as well. Every time someone has a point of luck, sometimes they have a little special ability that goes off with it as well. I'm just making notes for potential use later in the mystery. I love it. Cool. Yeah, you head over to the sparrows. I think these particular fey creatures are not they don't speak English necessarily, but they do communicate in a series of chirps and expressions that is inherently understandable by those that work in this pack and save as well. Certainly those that work the night shift. And you head over to go and try and ask them more details. What sort of information would you like to find out?
Let's go with
Like how? Like
yeah. So 2 of the questions I can ask are how long has blank been in the area, or when did blank first arrive? So let's go with when did Kate first arrive here?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. You go to try and ask the sparrows this question, and you see there is a little bit of a like passing the message down the chain to check in with which sparrows might have seen what at what time. And the information that you get back is to the sparrows' knowledge, they also hadn't seen Kate since she came into the building a couple of days ago, but they also saw Kate leave a couple of days ago. And I think in terms of how long this person has been there now, the sparrows have such a thorough eye out in the entire entirety of the main shopping floor that the information they bring back to you is that they are fairly certain this person that Kate has not did not show up more than a day ago, but also did not show up by like physical means. Like the message you get back basically is like, hey, if she had come in through a door or through a window or something like that, we would have seen her. So something else must have got her into this space.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pass that information along and say thank you. That's very helpful.
With your investigative mystery, especially with a complete success, you also get a hold of 3 in total. So you have 2 other questions to ask, unless you want to hold on to those to ask at a slightly later point, but they do last for basically the scene. So when you leave this area, you'll move on from them.
Gotcha. Let me find my question.
For Hexie and Stacy, you are seeing like Iris kind of look very knowingly at the sparrows in a various series of tweets and Twitters from the top row that you are also getting the gist of. There's a little bit of a like communication translation that you have to kind of do the math for in your brain, but you are getting the basics of the information as well.
Loki just latently getting the vibe from her thoughts. So
yeah, oh, you're true. With the telepathy,
that's why I'm
absolutely.
so tired all the time.
Whereas Stacy is like looking between the 2 of them and just being like, no, I'm never gonna find this not weird, right?
And just making up words for all the cheaps that
guys
are not quite the real words, but they
There's like these very faint rainbow shimmers that are going between Iris's eyes and the sparrows.
And I'm like, you guys realize you aren't talking out loud, right? And those are sparrows. Like this is what I have to deal with, right? Like I'm looking at you. Talk to sparrows.
Okay, so I want to ask: is anything affecting the supernatural environment? Because that's another one of my special questions.
Nice.
Absolutely.
I've got a secondary question.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll answer that.
Yeah, you put that question to the sparrows, and they kind of like huddle up a little bit. They seem to get a little bit almost like nervous when you ask the question. And you hear back from them like in that way that, well, not specifically sparrows. I don't know enough of the anatomy of sparrows. I should have looked this up. You can tell that like they have, with their particular Fae instincts more so, they have picked up on a strange sort of supernatural pressure going on in the environment, is the way that they kind of describe it. As if there is like something focusing in on the environment around here, or as if there is like something kind of tightening in on the pack and save.
Interesting.
I think they don't have a greater understanding of it, but they do say like they haven't seen anything, but they have felt some sort of level of presence or like increased pressure in the area.
Okay. I'll definitely pass that information along to
Mm-hmm.
my human friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last question I was going to ask right now is what is being concealed here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything we're missing?
Yeah, you do you think that Iris is a person that uses like actual magic much? Does Iris have much of an awareness of like magical effects and things in the area?
I think that Iris is still getting a handle on the whole magic thing.
Yeah, cool.
The piece of magic that she has mostly activated is this weird portaling thing that happens to her sometimes, where she wants to go somewhere and then suddenly she's there.
Yeah.
Which is how she got to New Zealand in the first place. She hasn't figured out how to get back. She's not in a big hurry. It's nicer here. So I think that like she's probably tried to like make plants grow and sort of stuff like that.
Yeah.
But probably not to much effect as to yet.
Absolutely. I think that in terms of what is being concealed here, I think rather than the sparrows actually cluing you in on this information, this is kind of a impression that you get from the information that they've already provided as you kind of take what they've been saying and try and use your own awareness of the situation to investigate further. As playing the Changeling playbook, I think you have an understanding of like entities and creatures that kind of come from one place and end up in a different place. And sometimes those kinds of creatures still have like a connection or like a tether of some kind of back to where they came from in a lot of ways. That's part of how people get like end up getting banished back to whatever plane they're originally from. And going and investigating Kate's body a bit closer, you feel like there is the faintest impression of something like that you can't see physically, but that is still lingering in the like energy surrounding Kate. You can feel that like it's almost like looking at a person and they have the tiniest trail of like a fishing wire that is attached to them to somewhere. I don't think you can in this moment, with this particular investigation, you can't see more detail of it, but you do know that for one, many of your assembled associates might be able to work out what that is along with you, or there's a lot of supplies in the supermarket that might be able to help you with working that out.
Yeah.
But I think that's what you work out with this investigator mystery.
Thank you.
Pixie and Stacy, were you wanting to do anything while Iris was talking to the birds, or were you just waiting patiently for the information?
No, Stacy is... Sorry, go Hexie.
Oh, I was gonna say I'll take Kate's ID. Just tuck it in a pocket and just check if she had anything else.
It seems like she had her like wallet on her and not a set of car keys. To your understanding, Kate was like a public transport kind of person, but has still has a set of work keys on here that would have been for various like cleaning closets and things like that. Other than that, doesn't seem to have much.
Okay, I'll take the key ring as well.
Cool. Absolutely.
Yeah, Stacy's clambered on the top of her forklift, like kind of like jumped on the seat, and there's like a caged roof, and you see her sort of untying something from the top of the roof, and then you hear and she just brings down this shotgun from the top of her forklift, and she's like, right, well, you know, if there's some murdering something out here, some paranormal murder, I just wanted to be ready.
Most of the sparrows scatter.
Yeah, all of the birds scatter.
Oh, all right. See you later.
I just love love that the monster of the week gear gives me a shotgun.
Yeah,
And I
man.
can just have that. So yeah, so Stacey brings this down from the top of the forklift, and she's
Hell
just
yeah.
like balancing this on the top of her shoulder, just being like, right, well, where to next, I guess. Like, this
Incredible.
body clearly didn't like crash down in here, or I would have noticed all the crumpled boxes and stuff. So like, what's the deal, Iris?
Well, she didn't get here through the doors. She's been here less than a day, and it seems like, or about a day, and she seems like she's connected to something else, but I can't entirely tell where that connection goes to, but it is there.
Okay.
It's like,
So I guess we're headed to the, what did we just say? The kitchen?
Up to you all. And basically, what you are welcome to continue and trying investigating here with what you have at your disposal currently. But also, you know that if you're wanting to look at specifically like magical things and stuff like that, as part of being on the night shift team playbook, you also know that the supermarket itself has a number of options for like better supplies for working this stuff out, including an entire occult section of the supermarket and potentially a lost and found that might have some interesting things at your disposal.
we need like a dowsing rod or something.
I'm like, okay, well, let's go to the occult section and see what we can steal. I mean, totally just borrow.
Sparrow.
Just one more second, and I pull a tarp over Kate's body and put out some little orange cones. If I've got to fill out the paperwork, I want to have done the procedure properly.
Yeah, you know what? I need to park the forklift away from this. The last thing I need is for them thinking I did it. And she just pops back in. She like drives the forklift back and she puts the forklift on charge. You know, she like, puts it all
Right.
away properly. And she taps it on the side and is like, I'll be back, baby.
Love that. Absolutely. You get all your arrangements in order and then head out of the door back into the main section of the supermarket. Is it the occult section that you're wanting to head to? Is that right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
If there's anything helpful there.
For sure. Absolutely. You head over to a suggestion from the chat that you should put the caution wet sign up, but
I was
think
thinking
you're
that.
fine.
There
Yeah.
isn't any like
But it's a very dry corpse.
It's a dry
It is a very
corpse,
dry corpse.
Cat.
It's true.
Come
Yeah.
on,
It's
pay
very,
attention.
very true.
If I have
Um,
any coins in my pockets, I'll maybe like put 2 coins on her eyelids. Like, here you go, now you can pay the ferryman.
Perfect. You'll head out and back into the main section of the supermarket. As you are making your way over to this section, you'll know of the occult section with a little bit more first-hand experience. This is a place, as I mentioned, where there can be a number of useful items like moon water and high concentration silver and all sorts of various items for many different arcane and occult purposes, some of which are a bit more legit than others, certainly most of which are considered to be a joke by upper management. This is more a placating the customers rather than a strong investment in their effectiveness as for this particular section. And as you are making your way through, you're heading down to like close to aisle 23, like it's a decent depth in the supermarket, and as you're making your way to the occult section, you are about to like round the corner to where various different items and things like that might be. You can hear someone sort of the sound of someone picking through various different items on here. Now it's possible it's a customer, but you don't think it would be an employee, at least. Potentially off-putting regardless for them to see a bunch of people with a shotgun. What do you all want to do?
Stacey tucks this shotgun down inside. She's wearing like real baggy jeans, so she tucks them inside, like, you know, the jeans.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, great.
weird.
In
Yeah,
her like
absolutely.
Jinko jeans.
Yeah, she's like fully got ginkgo jeans. Yeah.
Incredible.
And chat would like to say men's pockets, and I would also like to second that. These jeans
Yes.
have men's pockets.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
Cool. You shove that back down into your pocket for sure.
I
And
am
you
going to
just-
be walking a little bit weird, but sacrifice.
Nice.
Can I see if I can pick up any thoughts coming from the aisle?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great idea.
Let me look at the. Yeah, I would say interesting. I will say this is not a specific role right now. I think if depending on what you can pick up just inherently, you might be able to get some deeper information if you want to roll for it. But baseline telepathy, you kind of put your thoughts out into this area, immediate space, and you pick up on a very panicked mind. You can pick up on someone that is like in a hurry and there are a flurry of thoughts kind of moving through their brain, namely that they need to get supplies before they run out of time, and that they need to be quiet about it. And I think that in the flurry of like impulses and things that are driving this panic, you probably catch a thought very adjacently about yourself and Stacy, of them being like, gotta keep quiet, and then a thought of you comes past their brain, and then a gotta keep quiet, and then a thought of Stacy goes past their brain. Not so much Iris.
I don't know if
They
it's
seem
sweet or creepy.
psychotically doing something goes across their brain.
Yeah. I don't know if it's sweet or creepy, but they're thinking about us, Stacy.
It'll definitely be creepy. Nobody thinks
Yeah,
about me
definitely. I mean, not nobody, but let's go.
Oh,
Cool. You head around the corner of the aisle, and you, are you walking straight around, or are you trying to peek around?
well. Yo, I'm walking.
Walking straight. Excellent. Wonderful.
Oh yeah. I mean, if they're thinking about us, then I'm
yeah.
like, oh, creep. Who's thinking about us? Like, it's
Yeah,
not
fair. Yeah.
swarming around this feeling her.
I'll pop out. Hello.
Cool. You'll head around the corner, and you see in the aisle in front of you someone whose face you can't immediately see because they seem to be wearing like a bright yellow parka, like waterproof raincoat over most of their clothes. They seem to, underneath it seems to be a fairly like dark outfit. But the moment that you step around the corner, you see this person in the middle of kind of fishing through the occult section of the store. There is a huge like scuffle of them grabbing at random things and then trying to make a bolt down the aisle away from you. What do you want to do?
I try and do some magic at them and try
Absolutely.
and trap them.
Yeah. Use magic to trap a person or creature. 100%. Go ahead and roll to use magic for me. Roll plus weird.
That is a 10.
Sweet. That is a complete success. Incredible.
Amazing.
What does this this like trap magic look like for this as you throw it out at this person?
There's like the feeling of a breeze. There's no actual wind, but the feeling of a breeze rips down the aisle. And what used to be the open end of an aisle is now like the pallets just sort of slide out shut in front. And yeah, the walls just sort of close in around, and they're now at the end of a dead end.
Incredible.
Stuck there.
Yeah, the like hardware section that they were running down just turns into like a V end of as all of these pallets and shelves kind of shift into place in front of them. And you see them like running forward, kind of stop and panic, and you can see the back of them as they are looking like up all the shelves as if they're contemplating whether they might be able to make a break for it, just like clambering over it. Iris and Stacy, is there anything y'all would like to do?
Yeah, I pull the shotgun back out of my pants.
I wouldn't try that. It's harder than it looks. It took me a while to get the hang on it.
And I was just thinking,
And
of
I didn't make it OSH
section.
compliant.
Of course, the
Will
cult section's
fall.
next to the shovels, right? Like, it's
Yeah.
grave robbing cult.
Yes,
You know.
100%.
Sorry,
Hardware occult section gardening.
Yeah, like, I'm slightly distracted by that thought. It was very good, Ruby. Anyway, so I just pull the shotgun back out of my Ginkgo jeans, and I just, and I walk up and I'm like, Oh, hello there. Would we mind turning around and showing our face, creep?
You walk towards them down this aisle, and you see the individual still kind of still like shifting about a little bit. I would like you to make a roll to manipulate someone for me, Stacy, with like purely seeing if you can intimidate this individual enough to make them stop trying to escape you. And I will say we're gonna use a very unused mechanic that I always forget about a Monster of the Week. Monster of the Week does have advantage. So you can roll 3 dice and you can take the higher result because you do have a shotgun.
You do have a shotgun.
That is inherently terrifying.
Okay. So I rolled a 4 and a 5 as my highest out of the 3.
And then plus your charm.
And then plus my 1 for charm. So I have a 10.
That's a 10. That's a complete success. Incredible.
Awesome. Hell yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, just the sound of the cocking shotgun behind them, in addition to your authoritative tone, you see them kind of pause and like stop kind of scampering around as much. And you see that they their shoulders kind of slump a little bit. And before they turn around, you hear the voice from underneath the hood kind of say, "All right, just don't do anything rash, okay?" And they put their hands up and turn and face you. And you can see the telltale markings on their arms of a member of the Stickman cult.
No! And I'm immediately like, what is the Stickman cult doing this time?
We're not doing anything, okay? It's not us. There's something way worse is going on, and I'm just here to try and I was trying to sneak past to get some stuff to deal with it, but I'm not fucking with anything, I promise.
What have you done? Please don't tell me you've called something else here in your stupidity to bring the Stickman to life.
Listen, all right, he is an incredible protector, and frankly, we need as much help as we can get right now.
He walks around saying it's meat week. How much protection can he be?
All right, I get that we are on opposite sides of this, but I promise you there is something way worse than the Stickman on the way here. Surely you must have noticed it, right? There's weird things going on.
Dead person. How much worse can it get?
Wait, people are already dying?
There's a dead person in my warehouse that was on top of the instant coffee pallet.
They were missing an arm and a leg, but not like the same side.
Left arm, right leg.
You see this person's like face kind of pale as you mention that, and they're like, we don't have much time. Look, I get we've had our problems, all right? I know we've caused plenty of trouble for you, and I understand that you're frankly sick of us, all right? But I'm telling you, there is something much worse on the way here. Part of the reason we want to bring the Stickman back in the first place is to stop something like this from getting through here. And if it's already killing people, then it is almost already too late.
Well, at least I know it's not you lot, because nobody in your cult would be stealing body parts. You're trying to bring back a stick.
No, exactly.
So what is coming? And how do we stop it?
Look, and he goes to like put his hands down. Just sees if that's okay, given the fact that you have a gun.
I lower the shotgun.
Okay, cool. All right. You see that the person in front of you is like, look, there's a lot of things out there in the world. I gather that you have an understanding of that. There are things that are trying to influence people around here, and the Stickman, back in the day, used to be a sort of like protector against that stuff, or knew that it was happening and was trying to save people. And he just kind of like gestures at the rest of the pack and save. And like, look, there are things that at least the Stickman kind of has a respect for like human life. Things like this, frankly don't care. They just want what they want, and they will do what they can to get it. And look, we know that the Stickman did his best to try and put something like this, block it off from this world so that it couldn't interact with people, but it has been leeching its way into the rest of the world ever since. And we were hoping that we could maybe put it back in its place or prevent it from breaking through, but I don't know that we're going to be strong enough on our own to do it.
Luckily, you've got the night shift. And she sort of, you know, like chucks the shotgun over her shoulder and like gestures to the other two, you know, like
Don't throw the basic gun safety.
I look startled that suddenly I've been referred to.
yeah, I'm like,
I look
swear
back
they're
in from the
usually
mid-zone.
way more intimidating than this.
Yeah. Listen, we can explain this, but what do the rest of you know about the middleman?
The middleman?
Yeah.
Like an accountant?
Middleman.
Thank you. Samsara got
Who
it.
lives on aisle 5?
A little worse than that. And before we get into what the middleman might be, we're actually going to take a bit of a halftime break because we're approaching 2:30. So, if that's, I forgot to check in with tech, so I hope that's okay if we take a bit of a break to go and refill some drinks and get ourselves all hunky-dory in the lead up to finding out about what this middleman might be. Those of you hanging out in the chat, now's a great opportunity to go check out the website or go grab one of those awesome RPG bundles for KiwiRPG Week. And we will be back in a handful of minutes to continue the rest of this mystery. We'll see you then.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Welcome back from the break, folks. I hope you got yourself some tasty snacks. Maybe pop to the supermarket, grab something real quick if you need to. I should mention, this is not sponsored by Pack and Save. Please feel free to use any other supermarket at your disposal. This just happens to be where we're sit today. So, last we left off, before the little break, Yul had discovered a dead body in the back storage section of the Pack and Save. And upon trying to gather some supplies to investigate it a little bit further, you indeed had come across a member of what has historically been an enemy of your night shift crew, a member of the Stickman cult, these people that are seemingly trying to resurrect whatever entity the Stickman might be. Though it seems like one of them has shown up with concerns about a much bigger threat looming in or around the Pack and Save. And thus, that is where, with a tentative truce, I wouldn't say alliance just yet, a tentative truce, you have agreed to talk. Are you wanting to have this conversation in the magic dead end of a hardware aisle, or are we cutting to like the employee lounge? Where are we having?
We're at the little cafe.
The little cafe adjoining the packet save.
The thing is grabbing some useful but nondescript at the moment items from the occult section.
Absolutely, you can, for sure. I will say that there is you can certainly grab a handful of stuff that you think might be useful, and we can add some detail to that when it becomes more relevant in the moment, for sure. Wonderful. So you take a quick break over to the in-store coffee shop, which I think would they also be 24? Sure, there's also a 24-hour coffee shop, because why not? If the supermarket's 24 hours, and have kind of stopped in at one of the tables inside. The sound of the very slow espresso machine going in the background as the like 18-year-old that runs the coffee shop night shift is fully over having to make coffees this late. And you can see that the individual in front of you, the person in the yellow parka, the member of the Stickman cult, seems to be a guy in his mid-30s or so that you actually also recognize because they were previously like an employee of Pack and Save that then kind of got fired from getting up to what you know is more like a cult goings on as part of this whole Stickman ensemble. The management was basically just like, it's inappropriate behavior in the workplace. You can't go around acting like that with people, and essentially got them kicked out from the position. But their name is AJ. And as AJ is like sitting across the table from you, kind of hands steepled together, still a little bit nervous, because I imagine that while the gun might be stowed, it's not necessarily safetied. It still has the potential to be used at any moment.
The safety is on, because that is basic gun safety.
Oh no!
Definitely safety on,
Okay.
but it's also now tucked in behind her shirt. Because
great.
you
Okay,
had to
cool.
sit at a table, so it's not going to fit down the pants. You know what I
That's
mean?
very true.
Yeah.
That's so true. Absolutely. And with your sitting together at the table, you AJ kind of looks at you a little bit furtively and is like, right, so there's like things in the world, right? I mean, you know about like magic
Demons,
and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Know about demons.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there's things in the
And whatever
world,
she
right? That cause problems, and then there's things sort of outside of the world that cause problems, and they have a sort of like influence on things. And the middleman is basically just like hunger and greed incarnate. It's the thing that inspires people to want to make things ridiculously expensive, to make people want to steal things from each other. It's one of the forces that is responsible for all of that. And a long time ago, well, as far as I understand, the Stickman was sort of a as far as our lore goes, the Stickman was sort of a victim of that, so to speak, for a while. It's part of how he ended up the way that he is, sort of bare bones.
I see. Okay.
And so as part of that, he did his best to try and lock it back away, like outside of this world, somewhere else where people wouldn't be as affected by it. Tried to make a place where people wouldn't have to deal with that sort of thing. But I mean, like, you've been working here. Shit's still crazy expensive. Like, try our best. Things are ridiculous. Who's supposed to be able to make a living in times like this? And we reckon that part of that is this thing coming back from wherever it got sent to, wherever it was put in the first place. It's breaking back out and it's causing all sorts of problems. Not just here, but if this is the place where it got sent away, then...
This is the reason my fuel's so expensive right now?
Well, one of them.
Blaming demons instead of late-stage capitalism.
No,
really?
I'm letting you know that the persistence of late-stage capitalism is
because of demons.
Encouraged by that sort of creature, yeah.
Or not, yeah.
You know
not
how you look at
because.
people...
This
you know how you look
makes
at people and you're like, there's no reasonable reason for you to want this much money when it's just money?
It's because they're possessed by demons.
The thing that's in their brain is the middleman.
This makes so much sense.
I'm really glad to hear that there's a reason that all of this is happening.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But it's not just human greed.
Well, it's, it's human greed and people's own inclination towards being assholes, therefore implementing that greed. But you know what I mean. The impulse, the deep down where all that kind of comes from, this creature taps into that and has the potential to ramp it up as much as it wants. Whether that's everything that's going on, that may or may not be the case, but it's certainly part of it in the wider scheme of things.
We should probably deal with this before elections. Just saying.
I mean, if it sounds like people are already dying, then it sounds like this thing is a lot closer to breaking out than it was before. And it's possible that, I mean, you might not be able to I personally think it's probably better to stop people dying so this thing doesn't break out entirely and people are just, trying to rip stuff off of each other's houses. This could get crazy out of hand.
I agree.
Yeah, why would anybody steal something from anybody else ever? I don't know why people would do that. Yeah, so...
I sneeze.
Why? to metagame that for everybody listening who doesn't know the playbook The Crooked, it's basically a burglar. Well, one of the way I'm playing it is.
Yeah.
It's just pay equity, right?
Yeah.
You're making up for the deficit.
I definitely didn't go to jail for that temporarily and now have a massive problem in my life because of it. No. Why am I working in the pack and save anyway?
No, it's fine.
I don't know, it's fine. What is it that we have to do to stop this from happening?
Well, my best guess would be we were trying to... We're not exactly people that are great at, like, fighting things. We're more better at sort of like the magic side of stuff, or at least that's the stuff that we've learned about more. So we were planning on sort of trying to create a bigger barrier to sort of shore up against this whole situation, but it's not a permanent solution at all. It still could be a serious problem. I don't know if you think that you have a better way of tackling it, but we were just trying to put another stopgap in place.
I want to use my telepathy to try and manipulate him.
Ooh, sure. How are you trying to manipulate him?
I'm trying to put the words in his head. I have to tell them the thing that I'm not saying. I have to tell them the thing that I'm not saying. And try and get him to loosen up with information and give us something that he's not saying.
Incredible. I like that. Go ahead and roll to manipulate someone, which is still plus charm. Incredible.
That's amazing.
It's an 8.
Okay, that's a mixed success. I will say probably because you are doing this telepathically, it's not something that necessarily everyone else can help out with because it's hard to know that a thing's
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
So this is a mixed success, which for manipulate someone means that they will do the thing that you are asking of them if you do something now to like prove either if you're trying to make them believe you, you would have to do something to prove that you mean it. In this particular situation, what thread of thought do you think that Hexy tries to pull on to be like, and this is the biggest reason why you should do this?
It is so
Right
tough
now,
to find reliable night shift workers.
yeah. I want to try and give them the feeling that we're gonna be like overlooking some of what the Stickman cult is doing,
Mm.
and that we're just gonna like let it slow. Like we're gonna be off our guard
Mhm.
whilst like for a while, and so they might be able to try shenanigans that will be on next week's episode. No, next week's episode. I'm sorry to break it to you all, but
I mean,
No!
this is clearly a series, though.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's what we're only doing the next episode if Pack and Save actually
Yeah.
sponsors us.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. You give the impression that like your team's focus is so much more on this other threat that letting something slip in this moment there might be enough leeway for that to be okay in this conversation. And in terms of telling the thing that they don't, or telling the thing that they haven't been saying, I think that I think the thing that AJ kind of lets slip isn't necessarily like a deeper plan. I think the thing that you actually encourage AJ to fully disclose is like, I mean, we were just looking to kind of shore up the barrier of it because that was the thing that we know better how to do. And like, also, I mean, it's kind of hard to know if you go and try and kill a thing like that, it's hard to know what the world looks like after it. Like, what happens if it's just gone? What does that do? It's been there for so long.
Someone steps into the power vacuum.
Maybe. And
Ah,
I think that's the thing that AJ kind of reveals is like the reason their plan is not to go and try and kill this thing is they're like, it seems so ingrained in life that I don't know what would happen after that. It seems
Better
like
the
such a
devil
big
you
deal.
know than the devil you don't.
Kind of, yeah.
well, usually these things break through because somebody is encouraging them to break through. So I guess we find the point of breakthrough and we deal
Mm.
with that.
Sure. Yeah.
Is there like an actual location of the barrier? Like, is it
It's a bit more
like
like
aisle 7?
bigger scale than that,
It's the
but
tissue
I
aisle,
mean,
isn't it?
Aisle 7.
I would say,
That's clearly the health food section.
no, the ridiculously overpriced health food section. All the
Absolutely.
things
keep
like
people out
gluten-free
there.
potatoes. Yeah, you I think when you mentioned that, AJ is kind of like, I mean, it seemed like a pretty big scale thing. Like, I mean, we tried to enact our own. Well, our understanding is that this kind of place here, like the store, was like a not necessarily a place where the barrier is, but it's a place where we've been trying to like keep the energy of it alive. But it's big enough that you might be able to get into it from most places. I mean, an entity like this kind of has its fingers in all sorts of situations. And I think that while this conversation is happening, certainly for Iris, like as someone that just has an understanding of like otherworldly entities as before, you would know that something of this scale, and that at least from the sounds of things, has such an influence on so many things.
Mhm.
It's entirely possible that like you could kind of get to this from everywhere, so long as you are in a location that is like relevant, if that makes
Right.
sense. And that most of the standard kind of occult and folklore methods of traversing the planes or traversing realities would probably work for something of this scale because it's so wide reaching.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, a bigger issue is keeping those portals from letting the middleman through, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Julz has just had like a weird brainwave, and I don't know if it's like Julz has it or Stacy has it.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
put it to the table.
Stacy just wants to go, hey, you know how long has Levi been playing that game?
As long as I've known him.
Hmm. No, I was just
Levi,
thinking about the crash.
how many
that, like-
hours are you up to?
This on the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
You put the you don't hear anything from Levi
yeah.
for like at least a couple minutes.
Just thinking about the clash of reality and Portal and micro purchases in games, and I don't know, like I was just like, is like, do we think that like this is something? And like Stacy's just talking crap, like, you
Yeah.
know, but she's like,
I mean, there is a lot of money in the tech area.
There's more in mobile games than in the rest of the games industry. It's crazy.
it's kind of addictive, and like Levi
Yeah,
doesn't even talk
and-
about himself as Levi, except for when he goes, Levi says that
Yeah.
Levi is gonna go do a thing, and it's kind of weird, right? Like,
I mean, I just thought he was trying to be edgy or something, but he is stupid enough to usher in a new age of Armageddon. So as long as he put those tissues, the card away.
Oh, I sincerely doubt he's done that yet.
I know.
Are we saying we need to
Morning
like
shift.
take Levi's phone away from him?
or do we like download the game ourselves and play it?
Boy. Okay. Does this pack and save have a technology section? And does that
Absolutely,
technology
it has a
section
gaming
have...
section.
Yeah, okay, cool.
We're gonna get VR headsets and hack into his phone in a 90s hacker cutscene.
Also, Ruby, if we are way off track here,
Hey, here's the great thing about Monster of the Week. Here's what I'll say. Julz, you are not way off track. This is a totally valid conclusion to come to. But also, as part of Monster of the Week, I don't have a boss arena preset. However you want to deal with the monster of this mystery is entirely up to you. So if your decision is the way we're going to deal with the big threat of this mystery is we're going to go into VR game world and fight it there, absolutely you can do that. We can make that happen.
okay.
This is the end of the Ghostbusters movie with the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. What we thought is what comes out.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Incredible.
Yeah.
How many of you, like, just pure gut instinct of character, how many of you think that you have actually listened to anything that Levi has said about this game?
I think that I tried to follow along for at least a couple of conversations back to back. The problem is that the mechanics of this game are so like dense that every time he opened his mouth he was talking about a different aspect and none of them seem to connect in any way.
And it's one of those ones where it has like the ability for you to join like online raids and stuff, and you have to be on them at certain times,
Yes.
and then you have to find that within the game, and then there's this section over here, and there's just millions of micro transactions throwing themselves at you all the time.
Yeah.
And so he's probably just spending all of his money on that. And I have been mocking him about that. Like,
Yes.
maybe if you didn't
And
like spend so much money on your game, like you'd have a girlfriend by now, Levi.
we
Like,
we
you know,
pack
like,
Jason Dials, and he has jabbered about it constantly. He
Yeah,
even
but
tried to show me the ads, but the ads look nothing like the game. Like,
yeah,
I have
Yes.
not seen the lady with white hips and scrunkly hair and birds
Yeah.
living in there.
Yeah.
That's
And
not
yet
part of
Levi
the
does
game.
say that Levi has a girlfriend in the game.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I have definitely let him hide in the warehouse during one of those timed raids or whatever,
sure.
just to let
Yeah.
him like play it or whatever.
We are not sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
That's not even the game I was thinking
Missed
of. But it's so
opportunity.
funny how
There's so many
are
of
like
them.
that.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah, absolutely. There is definitely a gaming there's definitely a gaming section, like computer gaming section, VR headsets, all that kind of stuff that is for sale at this particular store. Absolutely, like all the things that you've just pitched, absolutely on track with this kind of style of game.
Trial.
Yes, Trail and Trial. And it's also very accurate that like Levi has spent most of their paycheck on continuing this game. It's one of those ones that, from the sounds of things, like Levi has hit maybe level 200, and in order to get to level 220, you have to pay like $50 to be able to continue leveling at that high.
It's like you can play the
Level
game without
220
paying,
mob
but
boss.
it's gonna suck without paying any money.
Yeah, 100%. So absolutely.
If this is triggering you, you play too many phone games.
Hey, Pikmin Bloom is delightful, and I walk around planting flowers.
Incredible. AJ, who's at the table with all of you as you're having this brainwave, looks like this is a world that AJ does not exist in and does not understand fully. But when you're talking about like certainly the aspects of like Levi's behavior in regards to this game, you see AJ does kind of nod along a little bit. It's like, well, I mean, potentially it certainly sounds like the kind of thing that if you're talking about, you know, the real world interacting with a fictional world, that can certainly generate the kind of opportunity for passing between different realities. Like that kind of thing could very well be leading, those kind of pathways could be part of what's allowing the middleman to reach back into the real world.
All right.
So what do y'all want to do?
Load up and load in. And
You are always makes me nauseous.
There is not enough room in this pack and save for more than one middle
You wouldn't
manager.
download a
As
supernatural
we know,
entity.
Violet is the only middle manager shift worker we allow around here.
Incredible.
Hey,
Do we need
AJ, what do you do around here?
Huh?
Oh no, there's some carts that need to be unloaded.
Yeah, if
And
you
I'm gonna need you to do that for me if you can.
Is that gonna like help?
Yes,
I
it
mean,
is crucial. It's crucial
Listen,
to the
Yeah, I
ritual.
guess if it's part
Just
of the
because we have to take down a big
It's,
monster, that doesn't mean that we can keep the store like half stocked like this. You know, the world has to keep going, even though
do you want us
supernatural
to get
things are happening.
fired over this?
And
Like,
later
come on,
on,
man.
we need to reinforce the barriers between the worlds, so there'll be more pallets that need to be put away.
Okay, yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll get started on that. AJ just starts getting up and heading out. Incredible. You'll head for the gaming section. Is that what you're wanting to head for?
Yes, definitely.
Is there anything between the
sounds like what
coffee
we're doing.
store and the gaming section that you are wanting to pick up or stop by before you get there?
Well, I think we
Yeah, I
should pick
wanna-
up Levi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think that we should bring him with us, and I think that we should convince him that the middleman is like a super secret boss that we're gonna help him beat.
Yeah.
And I think that we get
Incredible.
this level 200 trial and trail player on our side.
I want to
Incredible.
pick up a heavy-duty roll of tinfoil.
Great idea.
Go ahead.
Very
I will say, Iris, go ahead and roll to act under pressure to track Levi down. Levi has been
Okay.
meandering around this huge store,
Oh.
playing this game.
And we
So to
saw
see
it
if you
check
can
the
actually
video
find where they
cameras.
got.
right? Yeah.
All right.
Is the information center on the way past?
Yeah, you can stop past the information desk for sure.
Yeah. Can we use the video cameras for advantage?
Yeah, I will
in,
say you can
search?
have advantage with using the video cameras as well.
Thank you.
So
Great
roll
idea.
these dice.
If we can't find him there, we can try and break into the security room.
That is a 7 minus 1, so that's a 6.
That is a failure unless people would like to help out.
Yeah,
It only takes one
absolutely.
successful help out in order to bring that up to a mixed success.
Trying to tune in on if hunches is
Sure.
applicable.
Yeah. Keeping an eye out for anything, or trying to be open to the potential that something bad is happening where you're not.
And what do I add to hunches?
So help out is
that-
plus. So this will be specifically help out rather than rolling
it's
for your
with cool,
hunch.
yeah.
So this will be with cool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a 6.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
That's mark experience. Unless Stacy, if you would like to try and help out as well, you can for trying to track Levi down.
Ugh. Okay. I'm not very good with.
You also
This-
don't have to. It's also okay if you don't track them down.
No, I think it'd be ideal. Like, but I was like, there's only 2 cameras on the information desk, and we know that one of them is broken. So it's like not gonna give us heaps of information. So I guess like I would have gone probably running for the security office to see if I
Sure.
could get in there.
Yeah,
Good idea.
absolutely.
More of the cameras in order to cut down on time.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can definitely do that. Certainly because you have your own skeleton key
Yes.
as part of being the crooked, you are the only one that could get into the security
Those
room.
don't really bother me. I just go where I want. So I'm
Yeah.
like, I want to go into the security room. This has got a swipe card. It doesn't matter. I hold my skeleton key up and a keyhole appears in the swipe card disc, you know,
Absolutely.
and just turns.
Perfect.
So I got a 10.
Nice, awesome.
Yay.
So that will get the act under pressure to a mixed success. Which means with a mixed success for act under pressure, you get either a hard choice, a worse outcome, or a price to pay. As you are looking through, certainly like y'all are able to stay on comms with your walkie-talkies as you're trying to track Levi down throughout the store. When you get to the security room, Stacy, you see the same like much wider array of various security cameras. You you can see the same one in the warehouse that seems like it had like gone static, and you can also see a number of other cameras on here that seem to have gone static. Different aisles throughout the supermarket where not only is the camera not operational for that particular aisle, you can also see evidence of like one of like the monitors that these cameras are being watched through having been like broken. And also when you get into this room, you don't see any sign of a security personnel that should be on shift at this point. There is a collection of kind of similar to like safety glass, like shattered LCD screen from a small point that you can pick out as like about the size of some of these security cameras that look like they have busted through. But with that, you are still able to get enough of a layout of the supermarket to know, like, to be able to conference back with Iris and try and track Levi down.
Yeah.
You see, I think, with mixed success, I think that you, from the security room, or actually, sorry, from the information desk, Iris, you're like, here's the handful of cameras that I can see, and I'm not seeing any sign of Levi. Can you like check on the rest of them? From the security room, Stacy, you looking through the ones that are still potential options. There is one of them that is in the like bathroom furniture section of the store that you can make out a figure in, but the actual imagery on the screen is like becoming very like pixelated and hard to look through. Like
Yeah.
almost like an old style like CRT TV where the aerials are misaligned. It's got that weird kind of crackle haze to it. And you think that you can see the outline of Levi through it, but it's kind of hard to tell.
Mm.
So
You see a person that's like hunched over with a phone in front of them.
Yeah, I immediately get on comms on the walkies, and I'm like, bathroom section. But I'm gonna lose this camera soon, so you gotta go quick.
Okay.
As you finish that communication, Stacy, you see that section of the screen in front of you like bulge outwards towards you. Almost as if something has like punched a piece of plastic from the other side of the screen. What do you do?
I immediately pick up whatever's on the desk. I imagine there's like, various bits of technology and maybe like a mag torchlight, like, and that kind of stuff. And I like go to throw it at the screen, like that is bulging out at me.
Absolutely. Roll to kick some ass for me. Roll plus tough as you chuck this weapon at the screen.
I have nothing in my tough. Why did I decide to do this? Okay, well, I rolled a 7, so...
Okay, that's a mixed success. That means that you will get to do harm to the creature, whatever it is that you're fighting. It will also get to do some harm to you. You feel as you throw this mag light at the screen, you see that section of the display immediately break, and then also break from the impact of your light, and also break from a force inside of the monitor pushing out towards you. You see almost somewhat spectral, somewhat digitized limb of some kind look like it whips out from the screen and tries to grab a hold of you. You take 1 point of harm, which is basically just more so from like shrapnel of a shattered screen rather than any other particular force. But as this hand grabs a hold of you, I would like you to roll to act under pressure for me, please.
Okay. Oh, it's it's a 7. So can I use luck, please?
You absolutely can. Go ahead and use luck.
I would like to use luck, and yes, you can look up my special if you like. I'm really trying not to use my luck because I know what I gave you as my
incredible. You as this limb like grabs a hold of kind of like your forearm from when you threw the torch towards it, you feel not just this kind of the cold energy that kind of wraps around your arm. You also feel this inherent kind of draining feeling coming from this thing that is then immediately placed by a growing sense of want. You feel that the moment this thing touches you, it's not that it is putting something inside your mind. You feel it as it is dragging from you. It increases the part within you that is already hungry for whatever it might be, hungry for taking things, interested in pocketing cool stuff. You feel it try to drag that to the fore as it is trying to sap stuff away from you. What do you think is the thing inside of Stacy that she taps into to try to like shake this off, to kind of stop this from overcoming her?
Yeah, so I think she's thinking about like one of the things she wants to be better at, like the growing want is to actually be known as one of the better thieves in Whanganui Atara. I assume we're in Wellington.
Sure. If we're not, you want to be the coolest thief in Wellington.
I want to be the coolest thief in Whanganui Atara, in Wellington, New Zealand, in Aotearoa. But my rival, Cindy Paws, is obviously right up there. And so, like, I am thinking about her and how much I want to beat her. But then I remember that like just recently, Iris helped me steal something from Cindy.
Hmm.
And it went so well, and I am so delighted that it kind of reminds me that I have friends,
Oh,
and I am actually pretty good at what I do, and so I don't need to want to be better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so that's
Yeah.
kind of what reminds me in that moment that I'm like, screw you, you know, I'm better
Hell yeah.
actually, and I have friends. Yeah.
Incredible.
Cindy
Love
doesn't have any friends.
that. Cindy has no friends. Never, not once. Incredible.
I have 2 friends.
You feel that like affirmation inside of you of that, or that realization of the kind of things that you already have and have already put to use in your life, the skills you already have, the connections you already have, and as you concentrate on that, you feel it's not so much that the hand that grabbed a hold of you or the limb that has reached out to you has let go. It's almost like the thing that is holding you becomes less corporeal as you feel
Mm.
that inside of yourself. And rather than having to like wrestle yourself away from it, it goes from being a physical thing that is holding you to just like almost like a cloud that you could just pass your hand through and away
Yeah.
from.
And as I pull my hand back, I'm like, oh no, Levi's got no friends. And and then I just literally boost out of there, and I'm like, damn
Hell
it,
yeah.
I knew I should have paid more attention when he was talking. I'm like running towards
Running,
the
running.
bathroom section, you know?
Hell yeah.
We're booking it behind her.
Absolutely. Hixie, go ahead and roll for one of your hunches, please. Now is the actual hunch roll.
That's the hunch roll?
Yeah.
The hunch
Roll
roll.
plus sharp.
That is a total of 8.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you want to stick with a mixed success, or do you want to use luck?
I'll use a luck on that.
Okay, alrighty. Incredible. So when something bad is happening somewhere that you aren't, you get to roll from one of your hunches, and on a 10 plus, you know where you needed to go just in time to get there. So the moment that Stacy passes on, like, hey, it's the bathroom section, you immediately feel this overwhelming, that same kind of inclination of where you need to go, and you feel your brain, without even having to do the math of it, is like, we're not going to the bathroom cleaning section, we're not going to where all the various like tools and supplies and things are. You just instinctively know where to race towards in order to stop this thing from happening. As you run in that direction, I'm assuming, Iris, you are like, everybody is kind of convening on the spot where you spotted Levi. You'll all, as you arrive, you see that Levi is in this room. The person that you did see in the camera was Levi, and is still like face in mostly camera smartphone screen. Is kind of just been circling around a series of like baths for maybe like 15 minutes. You can see he's like furiously tapping on the smartphone screen, and you three come like racing into the room, and it seems like Levi has not even noticed the fact that there's like panic going on. It's still just hard out. What do you all want to do?
Did you guys bring did we all grab our like headsets and stuff before we decided to go find Levi? Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome to if you wanted to.
If we did,
Stop by your locker.
then we
We did the technology raid, and then we went to find Levi.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess as soon as we see him, we're like, hi, Levi, we just really wanted to play this game with you. It sounded really cool. Okay, we're all going to sit down and, oh, wow, he's not paying attention to me at all. Okay, load up, everybody, I guess. Also,
Levi, how much is the premium? The one that gets you to 220?
Oh, well, getting to 220 at this point, Levi's already kind of leveled up past 200 for a little bit, but getting to 220 in total, wait, from like level 1?
Well, just like for you, to get to 220, how much would you have to pay?
Oh, for getting to 220 at the moment, Levi'd have to pay like $50.
I got $50 in my account. We'll do it. You just have to join a raid with us.
Oh, go ahead and roll to manipulate someone.
Can I have advantage because I'm offering to?
I think that this is counting as the reason why you're able to manipulate someone, rather than
Fair
giving you
enough.
advantage. Yeah.
Can I help with telepathy?
You
Try
can,
and
but I
break
got a
through.
10, so
Oh,
I got a
then
9 and then +1.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
Oh, nice! Incredible. That's a complete success. They will do it for the reason that you give them. Yeah, you can see Levi has still been like tapping away, and then the moment you mention shouting them the level up, their hugely magnified eyes go even wider to the very outside of the rims of their glasses, and they immediately, for the first time, I think, you hear the sound of his like lock screen going on, and puts the phone in his pocket for enough time to like help you start getting all the gaming gear set up in the room around here.
perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna do like a bit of a smash montage of various like putting headset, plugging in AV and like aux gear, putting all the HDMI cables together. What, just out of curiosity, for trial and trail, you do have to make a character. It is like an MMORPG style thing in a vaguely high fantasy, but if you go to the right places, it's also sci-fi and also film noir and also cyberpunk. So what kind of character are you wanting to make like baseline so that you can have an account to get into the game? What do each of your characters make?
Some kind of shadow self rogue, like goth
Sick.
vibes, like, you know, like she would be herself if she could be.
Yeah, hell yeah.
High priestess of light.
Great, wonderful.
Yeah, and a robotic swamp witch.
Ooh,
Amazing.
love it. Incredible. You you will get your account set up. And briefly, Levi does like hold his phone out to you, Iris, with the payment window
Yes.
open to get up to level 220.
Yep, I Venmo him.
And right as you're Venmoing, I'm like, oh, by the way, guys, Tentacle attacked me through a screen, but you know, probably once we're in the game, it'll be fine. Okay, bye. See you in there.
Incredible. So, in terms of using this as a way to like access the bigger thing that you're hoping to deal with, obviously
Yeah.
you're wanting to do slightly more than just log into a video game. So what this is going to require in this situation is going to require something called big magic, which is essentially, rather than just your standard use magic, this is you are putting a bigger effect into place in order to make something incredible happen. Big magic sometimes has different requirements depending on what you might be doing. In this case, the potential requirements here, you're not going to be able to spend a lot of time researching it because this is a like, hey, we're just going to go for it because it seems like things are ramping up. Nor are you going to be able to experiment with it that much. I think that there are some like weird ingredients that you are having to, or like supplies that you're having to use, but you do have the occult section in your store, so that will count for towards that, and you have like stopped by that enough. It's not going to take a long time, but I do think that rather than it taking a long time, I think that this particular spell does not have a super long duration. So like you're not going to be able to continue this effect for the whole evening. Once you get in there, if it goes well, it's going to be a very like, we need to push through this as fast as we can.
That's fine. The raid is only like 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Not a lot of people. Oh, you've got yourselves for sure. I think rather than it needing to be done at a particular place, doing it in this like with your gaming setup that you've got is more so the situation. And we will,
right?
We'll have some rowan sticks because rowan is the traditional tree that like is a passage to other worlds. And we'll have
We've-
like used that to run some of the cables through or something.
Nice. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
have fired my shotgun at the light directly above us, and we've lit some candles. We didn't have time
Incredible.
to get up there, so I'm
Yeah.
just like, pushed,
Yeah.
and just like lit candles and been like, right.
Is there
Wonderful.
the possibility as part of this ritual to use regular magic to enchant my gaming rig to give me to make it like an enchanted weapon?
Absolutely. So what I will say is that each of you can choose if you think that you have a move or an ability that is like relevant for trying to use a game as a pathway into an alternate reality to maybe get to another entity beyond your own. If you have a move or an ability that you think is relevant for that, you are welcome to try and roll with that to make this more successful. So what would you all like to do? Use magic would certainly count for that if you're wanting to be like, I'm going to try and infuse some more magic into your gaming rig for
I'm
sure.
gonna get a rare drop as soon as I step into the world, and it's
Great.
yeah, gold armor right
absolutely.
off the go or something.
I
For
think
sure.
we're using this like as a portal or a door. I just like wave my skeleton key at my
Mm.
gaming rig and then just kind of smash it into the side and turn it like I'm like trying to
Sick.
unlock a portal. Yeah.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
I try to like sit in the energy of being able to transfer myself somewhere else, but I try
Absolutely.
to like push that into the virtual machine.
For sure. I will say for Iris and for Hexy, you can go ahead and roll plus weird. I will say actually, I will let for Stacy. I think you could count this as a burglary roll with your artifact as well. This is you are definitely trying to break into a secure place.
Yeah.
So
This is super unusual. We're like combining my unlocking with
Yeah.
portal magic with everything. So
100%. So go ahead and roll plus sharp, and I will say you get a +1 on this roll as well for Stacy because you have your skeleton key that is just like allowing you extra access.
okay.
I just rolled a 12
Woo!
plus 2. I got a
Hell,
14.
yeah. Sick. Incredible.
Okay, I got a 10.
Very nice.
Nice. Yeah, that's a
So-
complete success.
Does that mean I get to like pick the things for burglar or whatever?
I would say you absolutely can. Like if you want to pick that like however that is interpreted in getting into the game. So like for example, if you want to get in undetected, I think that you would be able to get in without potentially other entities knowing that you're trying to backdoor your way. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the ones I was thinking about.
Hell yeah.
I was thinking about you find what you were after so that it kind of like
Great.
delivers us to
Mhm.
where we're going.
Yeah,
And then
love
I
that.
want to say that we don't leave a mess so that the
Okay.
game still operates after we leave so that I
Sure.
don't ruin the game.
Yeah, you're not fully breaking the code of this MMO that's going to just be
Yeah.
unplayable after the fact.
Which I guess means that
Middleman
people
online.
will know when we leave because I haven't chosen we'll get out undetected. I'm just
Yeah.
choosing to just not leave a mess. So.
This is
That's
true.
fun.
Incredible. I love that. Do you think that is specifically in game or is that out of game as well? Like how well do you think these gaming consoles are going to hold up after this?
No, I think out of game mess makes sense.
Yeah, great.
We're probably going to explode these things with magical energy, you know?
Incredible. Love that. Very cool. And how did Hexy go?
Hexy burnt a luck point.
Okay. Reasonable.
Amazing.
Yep.
Wonderful. Which does mean it's a complete success.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So and so that's enchanting up my rig so that a little bit tougher in game than I probably should be for a level 1 thug.
Sure, absolutely. Wonderful. You all get set up in the gaming rigs, and you hear you all get the ping of friend requests of Levi adding you to to the guilds in order to complete this potential raid.
Mhm.
There is a lot of like again, a lot of sort of weird digitized kind of, it looks like the invite that you're getting to the raid is very glitched out according to wherever you're heading.
Mhm.
But you sit yourselves down. You can hear the tapping of Levi still immediately going on their phone as you all try and plug in. There is this low light of the candlelight around you, and then the sudden kind of like flaring of all the various incredibly cool looking LED displays and light up keyboards of these insane gaming sets that you've filled out from the supermarket as this spell completes. With the like twist of your skeleton key, Stacy, as well, you are, as the person that is most experienced about breaking into things, though portals are maybe more Iris' stuff, breaking in certainly your purview. You feel yourself kind of like almost leading the formation of yourselves as you start passing through this magical pathway into the game, and you can feel the skeleton key in your hand basically just snapping through a series of paywalls as you are making your way through the
Amazing.
center of this game. Like all of those things where it's like you need to be this high experience to get to this part of the map is just like done.
This many gems, but of course you need to buy twice as many gems because they don't
Yeah.
sell just that many
All
amount
that
of gems.
stuff. You are just powering through.
Yeah, I've got like my sack of like fake gems on my back that I'm just like throwing because I managed to like pick those up. You know what I mean? Like just
Yeah.
smashing through this. And I've got one hand
Absolutely.
back. Like it's like a conga line of like I'm hanging on to whoever comes next. It's probably Iris because Iris is powering the portals.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like probably there in terms of like smashing through this stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. Yeah, and as you are moving through this space, you also feel that same like as you are, I mean, obviously you are moving through this at an incredibly increased pace, even more so with Iris's success as well, if you get to move even faster than you usually would to get to where you're going. You are on the most high-speed internet connection possible as you are racing through this space to get into this game world. And when you do finally arrive, now my question to y'all, because you basically have rolled well enough, I think this big magic is going to be a success. Are you wanting to use this game to use this ritual to get into the game, or are you trying to use the game as a pathway to get to wherever the middleman might be? Like, are you wanting to try and meet the middleman in the game, or are you trying to get through to where the middleman is? My question to you.
I think
I don't think we can handle where the middleman actually is because we're also not supposed to fight and kill the middleman. We're just supposed to make him less.
I do think the goal is probably to banish the middleman from having influence over the game, and if that's the main entry through which the
Yeah.
middleman is
Then
We're gonna
like
get rid of microtransactions and make all the things just ads.
yeah, like pay one thing for your game if you
Yeah.
like your game.
Yeah.
We're getting rid of all of that. Yeah.
and otherwise
Yeah.
it's like 15-second ads, like no more.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
basically we're meeting the middleman in the game to
Mhm.
fix games in general because we feel like that will slow down
Yeah.
everything else outside.
I love that. Incredible. Absolutely. You all then by the time that this by the end of this culmination of this energy, you have raced through so much of the game map that you find yourselves at one point there is this like sudden slamming stop. As you reached basically like the edge of the fog of war, you have hit the very edge of the possible game map, and you can sense that there is a place like beyond the code, beyond the blankness out ahead of you, that like the potential that something else could be residing out there. But as you stick yourselves to the confines of this place and take a moment to like get adjusted to the surroundings that you're in, you can hear that generic fantasy lute music playing that also has like a synth underscore because you've made your way through all the various sci-fi aspects.
I'm trying to imagine
can-
what a game like trail and trial would be. Are you supposed to go on various trails and then attend
And deal with various
competitions?
trials. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, I'm thinking too literal, not just
You go down the trail and you do various trials.
yeah.
you turn up in courtrooms and hide back.
Yeah, and then at the end of every
Objection.
mission, there's a court case where you defend your actions while you were in the mission. No.
That's how you get your experience and level up.
Absolutely. You'll come to a stop in this like semi-wooded clearing at the edge of the game map. Like the 2/3 of the clearing itself is walkable, and then the final third is just an instant slice into the edge of the map. You looking around at yourselves, you can see that you are in slightly more like powered up fantasy gear. Even still for Iris and for Stacy, you are in the like basic level of cool thievery outfit and like a nice beautiful like cleric of light outfit as well. Hixie looks real dicked out. Hixie is in the equivalent of like all purple glowing armor, has clearly got the like extremely highlighted gamer tag above her head of like this is a person that maybe hasn't got heaps of levels but has all the cool stuff.
Yeah.
And standing next to her, you actually see a very mundane looking merchant. You see a person that is like doesn't necessarily look the same as Levi, but also has like blonde hair and is kind of just wearing like commoner clothes. But the moment that like you focus on them, you can see the equivalent of like putting your cursor over to somebody's player and it's like level 220, they have plus 45 to all these different abilities. They have infinity hit points. And just looks like a person, a regular person that maybe I would say maybe Hixie would have an understanding, given that you've got like all the cool decked out gear and stuff. You have an understanding.
They're wearing the commoner outfit. It does add massive buffs.
It's also a like
quiet
luxury. A little bit of a jailbreaked thing. Like he's wearing one of the skins that is like an NPC skin that they've been in this game so long they have code broken it to be able to be a regular person. But you see, as you like stop at the edge of the game, there is a moment of pause as you kind of look around to see where this ritual has kind of led you to and the potential of reaching out towards the middleman. And Hixie, as you arrive here at this clearing, you also feel fucking great about having this crazy, like, intense power set up. And you kind of feel the tendrils of that same kind of inclination not fully grabbing a hold of you, but you feel them almost testing the waters with something a bit deeper inside of yourself. The part of you that maybe you don't always like to admit kind of is interested in gaining a lot of power for yourself. You can feel those tendrils reaching out to that part of your darker side of your personality and just sort of pulling at them a little bit. Just trying to really tease out whether you're actually as invested in stopping this inclination towards greed and towards self-satisfaction as much as you might be trying to tell people you are. You feel that same impulse start kind of creeping into you. The group of you have arrived. What would you all like to do?
I'm gonna see if any of my birds have made it through, since we're in a woodland setting anyway.
Oh,
And
They're Fae, right? So
they are Fae. You know what? I will say a couple of them. Yeah, if you reach out for them, there's a couple of them that have wandered through a Fae portal into this gaming set before.
Oh, good. There you go.
I want to try and use my telepathy to read the code and read the bad situation that we're in.
Yeah, go ahead and roll to read a bad situation. Absolutely. How'd you go?
Snake eyes.
Oh,
I
snake
got
eyes.
11. I got 11, but it's on
Oh.
2 different dice.
I don't think
Nice
that's an
try.
11.
That's
Snake
not quite how
eyes.
that works.
Depends how you read it. Let it stand.
Incredible. Are you're letting it stand as a failure?
Is this
Yeah,
right.
how we show
I'm being pulled.
what
I'm being
happened?
pulled into this thing.
Yeah.
Like it's
All right.
Mark experience.
Yeah.
For your failure.
That
you-
does give me a level up as well. By the way.
Nice. You are welcome to take that
Yeah.
improvement in the middle of action as well. So feel free to have a look at what
Okay.
potential options are available to you. As you reach out to try and see what you can see amongst the code of this thing, you do manage to spot some delineations in this game. You can see basically it's almost like you are seeing code that is made up of 2 different materials. Like you can see the code that is very methodical and mechanical and metallic. That is the baseline code of this game, that is like what the developers made, all of the standard mechanics and how the game actually functions. And you can also see a different layer of code that is more the sort of community built aspects of the game, the things that are like the player inputs, the people that have gone in and made guilds for people to join, all the various like chat code that people have contributed to the game, and all the different parts where people have jailbroken stuff and started cheating on a friendly level, rather than the people that are just like, hell yeah, I'm going for crazy. And as you are looking at that, you also feel the like there's this like pulsing almost at the like outskirts of your vision that you can tell is something that you had kind of already pushed past, that is just kind of hanging in your periphery. But you feel the looming presence of a couple of different like paywalls hanging around you. And you can feel, similar to how you had trapped people into how you had trapped AJ into the end of the aisle before, you can feel this like increasing pressure of these paywalls just slowly narrowing in on you. And whether or not you want to move to try and avoid them, or whether or not potentially they are trying to squish you, potentially they are trying to embrace you and show you a different part of the game. What would you like to do?
Okay, so there is an entity that has crept into me previously.
Mm-hmm.
I call it Val,
Mm-hmm.
and Val is hungry for the power that was robbed from it by the stick man. And seeing this power coming towards me, these paywalls and everything,
Yeah.
Val, you better have my back, because I'm letting this in so you can feed.
Oh boy.
And I leveled up and I took Hex.
Yeah.
And I would like to use the part of it where the target breaks something precious or important to try and have Val break through these firewalls.
Ooh, incredible.
Like sort of leech the power from this thing.
I love that. Go ahead and roll to use magic to see if you can get that effect to occur.
Roll better.
Is there any way I could help by being like, remember, money isn't real?
Yes, Hixie?
Got 11 again.
Wow.
I would like to burn a luck.
Yeah.
How many luck points do you have left?
1.
Oh my gosh!
After this, I have 1 left, so I'm almost doomed.
So,
yeah.
As you all have arrived in this clearing, for Iris and Stacy, as you see this, like, as you come to your senses in this space, I think that you are familiar enough with Hexie to know that kind of like long distance stare that she gets sometimes when she's trying to tune into the world around her or trying to reach out to sense the feelings or the vibe of the situation. And you see that same kind of like almost like whisper of a shadow that kind of passes over Hexie's eyes now and again. You see it move across her eyes, but then start to kind of like move around erratically. Like it doesn't just pass and go away. It keeps kind of whipping in and out of view. And you can see as this power that you have yet to sense yourselves starts encroaching in on Hexie, you feel, I think you can see that there is something within herself that she is trying to negotiate with or tap into or potentially fight with, that is not fully, is in the process of attempting to like fully take over of what the situation. And you also see in that similar moment, you can see Hexie's like intense struggle to stay with the group of you and to kind of stay grounded in this moment with yourselves. And I would say I would like each of you, for Iris and Stacy, can you please offer up just a potential idea or memory or a thing that you know is a connection that you have to Hexie that they are able to tap into in this moment?
I was waiting for you.
We were playing Stream Chicken. I will think and call to memory, setting up my little bedroom space up in the rafters, and Hexie like helping to gather some cushions from like outdoor chairs and a couple of like little camping lights, the battery ones, and basically just helping me get all set up there as I'm trying to set this up, and I'm thinking about like how much I'm going to have to pay back for this, and Hexie's just like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, and I guess like Stacy is like looking at Hexie and being like, come on, Hexie, you can fight this. You're a fighter. You help me survive. And is like flashing across her head was that time that Cindy Paws sabotaged my car. And I didn't know that had happened. And Hexie just coming racing out of the pack and save to stop me from getting in the car and just like absolutely saving my life. You know, and so I'm like, come on, Hexie, like, you know, like I'm thinking like, don't you dare die on me before I have the chance to repay you that favor. Like, yeah.
Incredible. And as these moments also rush across you, Hexie, as well, what do you think is the aspect of these things, of these interactions with people around you that you're able to tap into to use your luck to kind of overcome this darker side to yourself?
As you see like little numbers with negatives in front of them popping up and just leeching off my head, and my avatar's gone into like the heavy damage pose, and I'm sort of hunched over. And as the oil leaks out of my robotic form and the black just shimmering across my eyes and darting around, I remember that whilst there's more power to crave, that the power of my friends is there behind me. And like I sort of sidelong look over towards Iris and say, you said you could help me control this.
I'll do my best. I'm gonna reach out toward Hexie and like put my hands on their shoulders.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll to protect someone.
Oh
So
boy.
roll plus
thing.
tough.
Okay, that could be worse. That's just a 0.
Oh, protect somebody. Cute.
Hey, that's an 8.
Amazing. That is a mixed success. Incredible. You reach out, grab a hold of Hexie's shoulders, and you, as you like bring yourself into that moment, you can feel that same kind of encroaching energy as it starts closing in around Hexie. But you think that you are maybe going to be able to prevent all of the harm from you're going to be able to prevent some of the harm from hitting Hexie, but it's more that it is going to clash down on the both of you in this current moment. Stacy, would you
Okay.
like to do anything in this as well?
I think Stacey is just gonna start like calling out the middleman. And just being like, yo, middleman, over here, you loser. You want someone to really worry about hunger and greed? That's me. Concentrate on me. You know, just kind of like trying to call them out.
Hell
Yeah.
yes. I will
love
say also you can choose whether you want to roll to protect someone or roll to manipulate someone to see whether you are more trying to distract or whether you are protecting by taking some of the heat off.
Ooh. Okay. I think I'm probably trying to take some of the heat to me, I
Yeah.
guess. Yeah. So I guess I'm protecting as well.
Go for it. Go ahead and roll plus tough.
Yeah, I have 0 in tough. Why do I keep rolling
So
that?
do I.
Like, look. And it's not great. So we're gonna spend a luck point, I think.
Okay. Incredible.
Because I don't want that to go badly. I'm fine. I've only used 2 luck points. I'm nowhere near doomed. I'm fine.
Incredible. You start shouting this out across the clearing to the very to try and call out the middleman and take as much heat off your friends as you can.
I like the
And you
fact that I'm probably crying this out in reality in the middle of the
in the
like,
store.
I'm just in the middle of the store going, come at me, middleman.
There's just
It
a
is
little
what
family
I'm-
that's walking by, just doing their very late night shopping.
Violet's probably like, I'm a middle woman, but okay, like
What's buzzing me out is every time you've described music, like I've got music playing on my channel while trying to attract more people in.
Yeah.
Right now, Claire de Lune is playing, so it's very like wistful, sad piano sort of thing.
Yeah.
Earlier, when you were saying there was music with the synth behind it,
Uh-huh.
there was. It's
Yes.
messed up.
I'm in
When
everything.
when the game, we're in the game. It's crazy.
Incredible. You shout out to try and distract this entity of the middleman and also to just like call it out to almost kind of face you properly.
yeah, so we can fight it properly.
Hell yeah. And you see this like for Iris and Hexie, as you feel this encroaching wave of the paywall approaching you, you both end up taking 1 harm as you feel this like invisible, just seismic force kind of close in around you. But at the same time, you have an understanding or you have had an explanation of the seemingly like monumental power of the middleman, that the way that this closes around you does not feel like accurate to that. You can feel it hit you, but it is almost like being hit more with like a high fan or like a heavily air pressured thing, because there's still nothing behind it really. You're not suddenly crushed to pieces in between the two of you. And when you feel this impact hit you, there is this moment of like almost like arcane kind of glitch around the two of you, as you also see behind Stacy, you see the common merchant Levi, who has been kind of entirely stock still while this whole thing has been happening. And then there is this tiniest like bead of a fracture that kind of opens up in the space like in front of him. Seemingly some kind of rather than an in-game action, seemingly Levi's tip-tapping in the other world has involved some level of further code breaking in this moment. And you see this like tiny line split open and kind of race towards the group of you. And as it does so, you see it open up, and like a wave passing across this, almost all of the like textures and deeper item detail of this game map is suddenly laid bare to pure geometrics, pure deeper base level of coding. And you can see behind this like paywall impression that you were getting before, a multi-limbed, almost tangle of tendrils and tangle of tendrils and immense mass of something much greater that also does not have entire consistency in this space. This is a place that it has arrived at and it has put its roots into, but that it is not from and that it is not inherently tied to. You see a manifestation of the middleman, if not the entirety of it itself. That kind of, as this like texture and all the coding gets wiped away from it, you see its limbs thrashing about wildly in frustration, and you don't hear a voice from it necessarily in this moment, but you feel this like intense electric garbled like screech rocket through the code towards you, and its fury of having been laid bare before the group of you. What would you like to do?
Stacy immediately addresses Levi. And it's like, see, Levi, this is what you're feeding with this game, with these transactions. If you just hung out with us in the real world, I don't even care that you call yourself Levi and refer to yourself like that. Dude, do you? But like, actually have a conversation in the real world, and maybe we would actually be friends, and then you wouldn't need this game. Do you
Touch
see?
some grass.
Touch grass. Such a good call, Samsara.
Meanwhile, ours was like, Levi, you're a wizard.
Yeah. So I guess because like I immediately see how powerful he is in this situation and know that little level 1 me is not going to be able to do anything. I like call Levi into the fight.
Awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, go ahead and roll to manipulate someone. And I will say, given the stuff that you've proven capable of doing, you can roll with a +1 rather than advantage. So +1 forward on this roll.
Okay, cool. Okay, well, I rolled a 6 on the dice.
Okay. Plus charm.
So +1. I'm thinking I'm just gonna do luck. I just don't. I need Levi to be awesome and not a mixed result, because I feel like if he comes in with mixed, he's gonna come into pack and save not feeling confident. So I want him to really feel confident in this moment.
We gotta get his confidence up.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, so
Incredible.
I'm gonna spend my luck on Levi. That's how I
Wonderful.
feel about that.
I love that. Absolutely. I will say, for reference, if anybody in chat is wondering, you were fully gonna have to deal with your luck consequences, but you like jailbroke your portal so good that all the people that should be showing up because of your specials are like 50 levels ago.
No, I'm fully expecting them to still be in the pack and save. We're in VR. Right
yeah, this is true. This is very
They're all
true.
around us.
We're literally yelling with VR.
They're tracking your IP address.
Like,
They're like
everybody's
dark
gonna
shadowy
be
figures
standing
closing in
there.
around us.
Yeah, like we're gonna come out of the VR and be like, oh, no.
Oh fuck.
The only thing keeping them at bay is the RGBs.
And I'm a little worried about my consequences, but
We are
sure, you know what?
absolutely directly on camera, like being like actively playing games instead of doing our job.
Yeah, man,
Actively.
you're gonna get a real talking to. Yeah, you reach out to Levi in this moment, like trying to encourage him to see the immense, like the incredible things that he is capable of, and also reach out for a more immediate real world connection rather than the one just in the game. I think you see Levi kind of a still very blank, like NPC kind of expression to the model itself. Kind of turns and looks at the group of you and is like, well, I mean, I have friends in the game. I play with friends a bunch, but I don't, it's just like, if I don't keep getting better at levels, then I guess, you know, why keep playing if you're not going to get really good at it? Although I guess...
Stop playing and have a coffee.
Yeah, I guess so. Did you want to
You
get
can,
a coffee
We
sometime?
could totally get a coffee sometime. I'd teach you some stuff that's like way better than a phone game, bro.
and like you can do both. Like you can play and enjoy yourself and have friends on this game and online. It's just like,
The
you
idea
know,
is
maybe
put it down.
have
And
enough
the best part
connection.
is I made AJ do our work tonight,
That's
so
true.
we can hang out.
We could totally hang out. When we're out of here, we should all go out for coffee.
Or in for coffee. The cafe's still open.
Oh yeah. That's pretty good.
You see, as you were having this conversation, you
I like that we're
see
all ignoring
Yeah.
the middleman.
here's the thing. Two of the tendrils of this creature like go to lash out at the group of you, and you see one of them like strikes the ground nearby you, but also now that there's no kind of texture and additional polygons to the world that you're actually in, it's just there. And the other one goes to swipe through the group of you that potentially has the ability to like do more damage to you. Are you gonna do anything about it?
Yeah, I'm still trying to channel the power of these firewalls that I burnt some luck to hold in check. I want to take those paywalls and throw them back at the middleman and try and lock him out with the paywalls.
Nice.
Hell yes.
Can we just hit him with some gems as well? Just
Go
like
ahead.
It could be like a magic trap sort of
Yeah,
thing,
I will
I'm
say go
guessing.
ahead and roll to use magic, and I will say you get a +1. Oh, actually, no, you get advantage to the roll because of your luck to avoid the paywall wall earlier in
Ooh.
overcoming this particular situation.
Roll
Also have
3.
that magicked up rig, so I get an additional
Yes,
plus
you
one
do
to
get
my
a +1.
magic.
Yes,
So
because you
that's
have
a
an
plus
enchanted
3
rig.
on advantage.
Hell yeah.
Would you believe me if I told you I rolled 3 ones? No, I didn't.
Oh my god,
I
Sammy,
would
don't
fully
do that to
believe
me.
it though.
I did actually get 11 this time.
Yay!
Plus the 3.
Incredible. Amazing. That is a complete success. You also can get an additional effect from your Hex as you're casting a spell to kind of trap this creature if there is anything that you want to use from those as well, but it's up to you.
oh, it's brilliant because he's so greedy. He doesn't want to pay the price tag to break through the paywalls.
Absolutely. Yeah. As I lock out the middleman, you hear like a rapid series, like ding, 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 and Levi's level hits 220.
Wonderful. You cast this magical entrapping spell, like forcing these paywalls back towards the middleman. And especially as this is wrapped up in that luck energy that you were able to use in the first place, like before, to kind of overcome the influence of these paywalls. In reversing the spell, or reversing this effect, not only do you send the ridiculous amount of like the amount of money that you would have to spend on all of these micro transactions that is egregious and absolutely antithetical to an entity that is all about gaining more and more and more at an impossible rate. You also inherently linked into that with your luck magic, with your connection to everybody else. You put a price on this trap that is impossible for the middleman to pay. You inherently add the price of having people willing to help you, having people that you have connections with, having people that are playing these kinds of games not just because they want to pay more money to play a cool game, because of the experience of doing it together as a community, which is a thing that an entity like this would never be able to get. That's not the middle men, it's not the middle group, it is the middle man. And as the solo thing that it is, desperately grasping to take things from other people out in the rest of the world, you force it back behind a barrier that it is impossible for something like this to overcome, for at least a very long time with a lot of introspection that, millennia will go by before this thing has any chance to try and break through an enchantment like this.
Yay!
You feel the resounding power of this paywall shoot back towards the middleman. The entity, the like writhing limbs of this creature suddenly contract and pushed back into the tiniest box at the center of, I think, honestly, tiny itty bitty box that then gets like jettisoned into like a cache temporary file somewhere on someone's computer. And you also see as that disappears and that corruption from the inherent, this like part of the game, you feel the power vacuum that was discussed before of what is going to take over when something like this entity is gone. You feel the influx of all the rest of the code of the community of this game immediately fill the gap. You feel the energy of all these people that are like, holy shit, we don't have to pay $100 to get to level 100 anymore. Oh my god, I'm gonna go and explore all this with my friends.
$100 to get a whole. Okay.
Being able to play with your friends on multiplayer isn't locked behind a paywall anymore.
Yeah.
So the community fills the space. Yeah.
Exactly. And as that is happening, you can still feel the like there is almost a like elastic effect where you can feel that all the layered textures and the polygons and all the texture of the in-game code is going to start like rocketing back towards you. And if you want to get out of the game, it would probably be a pretty good level of like momentum to catch the wave of in order to get yourselves back out. Yeah. But it's up to you what you want to do.
Yeah, 100%. Guys, we need to go. We need to go.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
I don't get stuck here. Like, the game seems nice and all, but come on, Levi, let's go.
Yeah, cool. There's coffee to be drunk.
Levi grabs a hold of the end of the chain as well as the group of you kind of band together, wait and brace yourselves to ride the energy out of here. And in a flurry of RGB lights, pixels, crazy textures, insane sound effects, all rocketing past you, you all emerge, come to, mostly sitting down, around on a very like cold concrete floor. You can hear that the kind of distant droning of like an 80s power ballad from somewhere over in a more distant aisle. And as you take your various like headsets and pieces off, you can also hear the clicking of a ballpoint pen as you see Violet, your shift manager, who actually was on shift today but was mostly dealing with paperwork in the office, is kind of standing in front of the group of you as you are clustered around this gaming set, looking at the candles and the broken glass from the light that you shot and the gun, and kind of looks at the group of you and is like, well, I'm certainly not paying you overtime for this, but I think we can all agree that this is a misdemeanor, at least. Is that... And nobody's going to... how many misdemeanors are you all on?
I think the biggest misdemeanor is that I was on there filling out a incident report form for the dead body that's in the warehouse.
For the what?
I don't even know what you're talking about. I don't even work here. And I go I climb up one of the shelves.
Now, I don't know why dead bodies are turning up on your shift, Violet, but I suggest that this is your shift, right? You're the manager here.
I mean,
You're responsible,
this is dead body?
Right? Yeah, it's out there in the warehouse.
Okay.
We put cones around it and a top over it. You know.
What? Violet runs to the back warehouse. You see, standing next to you as well, sitting up a little bit more upright, kind of adjusting their glasses. Levi gets up, still phone like in hand, and kind of looks at the group of you. Is like, so coffee? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's time for you to talk to us about properly joining the night shift.
Yeah. Well, actually, I do have some experience in the night shift because when I was working in, trial and trial also has like, you can have like a mercantile option. So if you just want to kind of
Yeah,
run a stall in the
and
marketplace,
like,
you can do that too.
like Stacey's like, you know, kind of like patting him on the back and just sort of like
Walk
trying
and
to
talk, walk and talk.
walk and talk him,
Yeah.
you know, like, yes,
Absolutely.
everything. Yeah.
You'll head towards the coffee shop. As you wander past various, some of the sparrows dart across overhead, and you wander past a completely filled tissue aisle to go and take some time, have a much, much deserved break from the chaos that your managers will probably never give you the proper respect for, but you will know at least just how much effort you put in on a truly, truly unique night shift at this Pack and Save store. And that is where we will leave things for this afternoon. Congratulations,
Yay.
team. Excellent work.
Saving the
Never knew
world
a
from
dead body would
capitalism
come in so
again.
handy.
How what?
I never knew a dead body would come in so handy.
I know, right?
Hey.
Yeah. Distract your manager.
Never turned up to like.
No.
do.
They sadly, I mean, hey, that's the other side of there's a fantastic narrative of options when you're playing this game, but also when you're playing it on a stream, sometimes it gets a little tricky to throw all of them into the pot.
It's
But
true.
this was super, super fun, and I hope you all had a great time giving it a go for the first time. I hope you all watching have also had a lot of fun. A very cool shout out as well, because this adventure, Monster of the Week, has just had a new supplement come out in the last month or so called Mystic Marginalia. So a lot of the bystanders and monsters in this were completely random. They get rolled. There's a bunch of tables in there where if you're like, hey, I want to make a mystery on the spot, here's a bunch of options for some inspiration for them. So a bunch of our bystanders and various shenanigans were as part of that. So go and check it out if you want some inspiration for some cool mysteries as well. And also go check out the rest of the KiwiRPG bundles. There's all sorts of cool games. I think there's some Monster of the Week mysteries included in the KiwiRPG bundle too, which you can go and check out for sure. But before we say goodbye, we also have a really cool giveaway. We got some loot that we need to get to. However, before we get to that, I also don't know if everybody wants to stay on for that. I'm not sure what the tech side of things needs to be. So before we fully wrap up the mystery,
I will just say, come and stay for more streaming. I will be back on today to play some 5 Evil later today. So
hell yeah.
Stick
That's
around.
awesome.
There's more games coming.
Yes, those of you that are in the chat while we are doing some quick outro stuff, there is a giveaway going on. So if you want to enter the giveaway, as Mobot has let you know in chat, go ahead and type #KiwiRPG in chat, and you can go in the draw to win some very cool things. I believe I will see if I can find the details for a variety of PDFs, including rulebook for the Monster of the Week core rulebook, and also Tome of Mysteries, which gives you all kinds of cool phenomena mysteries rather than just monsters specifically. This was kind of a combo event of the two. But while we've got the giveaway going on in chat, let's head back around the group in the order that we haven't done yet. And when we say hooray to our players, Julz, you can go first.
Hey everybody, I've been your girl, Julz from NZ, she, her. You can find me on all of the socials under JULZ from NZ. That's sort of where I put everything and almost on every channel. I'm just not very good at TikTok, so don't look for me there. But pretty much every other social media, Julz from NZ, you can find me there. Stoked to be so heavily involved in the week. I've got 3 more things on this week, so looking forward to seeing you guys all again soon.
Hell yeah. And we will head around the other way to Emma.
Okay. I've been Emma, and I don't really have much of a social media presence at all, but check out the podcast Trials of the Apocalypse that my husband and my friends and I did together. It's on places where you can find podcasts.
Heck yeah. And to our wonderful Sammy as well.
Hey, it's me, Sammy T. I am in another game later this week playing D12 Go, which is absolutely one of my favorite rules light games. And that's on Thursday in the evening New Zealand time. So Other than that, I'm available on most socials. If you just search Samsara Dusty, I'm gonna come up. There's most places there. That's where I stream on Twitch. I'll be going over there to thank anyone who's sitting around in my chat still patiently watching and listening to the music I've been listening to. And yeah, I'm excited to. I'm really happy to have been playing this game. It's Monster of the Week's been on my list of things to do for a while now. So it was fantastic. Thank you,
It was
Ruby.
a great time.
Yay!
Yeah, really great time.
I'm glad
Ruby,
you all
you're
had fun.
fantastic.
Yeah, it was
Gamekeeper?
phenomenal.
The Gamekeeper?
I think it's just Keeper, but I'll take
Keeper.
it.
Yeah.
You're a keeper. Yeah.
Aw, thanks. Thank you very much. It's been super fun to get to play this game with all y'alls as well. Monster of the Week, I love playing so much, and I also love playing it specifically for KiwiRPG because it's so fun to see all the different vibes that you can have with the same game system is a delight. All the various different teams and the styles of stories. By no means did I think the supermarket story would end up in a paywall MMORPG fight.
I know,
and
I'm
I
so
love
sorry.
it was great. No, it's wonderful. This
is the second time we've done a role-playing game in a supermarket as well.
This is true.
I love that we
Monster of the
turned
Week.
Hack and Save and the Cult of the Stickman into a video, like a phone game thing.
Yeah, it's great. And this part of Monster of the Week is you leave empty spaces for your players to fill in with fantastic ideas, and that's exactly what happened. So I have zero complaints. This was a wonderful, wonderful time. Thank you so much for playing with us as well. Yes, I'm Ruby. I do a lot of Monster of the Week things actually, and various other gaming stuff. You can find me on Twitch at This Is Ruby OK. You can also find me over next Sunday over on Guild Superior channel doing more Monster of the Week. We're playing a whole other Monster of the Week mystery over there, and you can find me later this week here on KiwiRPG doing I believe the next one up is I'll be part of the solo RPG stream. There's a panel going on Tuesday. I should double check that. I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday. Where a bunch of solo RPG creators are going to be making a solo RPG game, which I will then be playing live on stream that evening to see how well they did. No, we'll have a great time. And after that, we will also be doing another KiwiRPG game right at the end of the week of playing a fun little heist game too. So make sure that you're checking out the schedules to see all the cool stuff that everybody's getting up to, because we all love the community of KiwiRPG, and so we jump on the chance to do so many things when this time of year rolls around. Fantastic. Congratulations to Lyndon Hood for winning the giveaway as well. Woo! Wonderful. Have a fantastic time giving Monster of the Week a go in your own games, at your own tables. I hope you all have had a wonderful time watching so far. But other than that, just say hi for now, and we shall see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.